And so that's why we kicked Zeke off the show, Dodger.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for committing every week.
I mean, I'm delighted to take his place, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be fair, he had a great run. I mean, we gave him a lot of freedom.
Absolutely.
And I mean, especially after that last event that, I mean, you guys all know about. I'm not even going to repeat it.
We don't.
I know. Yeah, we all heard it before. So.
Yeah, I mean, we really just couldn't. We couldn't have him on the show anymore. So
I mean, he lasted 100 episodes, so
it's okay. He took it pretty well. I think.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Are we live? Hi.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drop Frames 101. 79 or something. I don't know. Again, it's 101. We don't know the actual numbers around here. Zeke is currently flying to, or maybe in transit to, hotel in New York. Because he's going to be hosting New York Comic-Con. So we got Jericho and Dodger to fill. It takes a lot to fill the spot of Zeke. So we got two people.
It does. He's got so much personality.
Yeah, exactly.
No one can truly take his place.
Yeah, and so we're going to be talking about TwitchCon, games that we've played for the past 2 days, or I guess if we played a little bit before TwitchCon, and then some news, and it should be a show, because we have a lot to talk about. We did drop frames at TwitchCon, myself, Zeke, Jason from Twitch was there, and Day9 joined us, and I haven't gotten those VODs just yet, so those will be going up later this week if you missed that. You can just go watch it for free on Twitch's highlights, though, on the main /Twitch, I think is where that's at. But yeah, TwitchCon is over. Another year is over.
It is.
Bummed.
I'm still a little wiped out from it, to be honest. I haven't really fully caught up on sleep yet. Jericho, do you even know what sleep is, my friend?
Yeah, man, I love sleep. It's my favorite. You get like 2 to 3 hours a day. It's the good stuff, man.
Those 2 or 3 hours are just primo.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the rest of life is like this.
I feel like I would wake up every morning and I'd go to your Twitter immediately, be like, let's see how. I think it was 2 hours last night. Aaron, what do you think? Well, he tweeted right. I think it was 4. And we'd have a game, and usually I won because I always went less. You
guys make me worried. I wake up and Aaron's like, so JP texted me last night, and I was like, no, what did I do? I didn't see anything. Did something happen? She's like, no, it just was like, Tucker's fucked up. Yeah,
that was kind of the running story. And then you kind of disappeared halfway through the weekend. I think you just fell into the friend pit somewhere and just never got out.
I somehow did not see you once.
Wow.
That was a major issue. Like, there were so many more people at this TwitchCon than the last one. And it was a better city, in my opinion, but there was so much to do that, like, everybody kind of splintered off. And then you'd eventually, like, circle back around and you'd find out the Hard Rock had 14,000 people there. And you're like, oh, well, I'm glad I didn't go there, I guess. But, like, yeah, I didn't see a lot of people.
Yeah. I think the Hard Rock kind of turned into the, quote, TwitchCon bar. Yeah. The bar that everyone went to. Which was nice because the bar that where I was staying at the Omni, no one was ever there. And it was fantastic.
Always empty. It was awesome.
It was the best.
There was a bar in there. Was it in the McCormick or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just a restaurant.
Nope.
Perfect subterfuge.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then
this is why we had peace and quiet.
Brooke, did you ever go to the coffee shop?
The coffee shop.
In the Omni.
No, I actually didn't know there was a coffee shop.
So yeah, Lyric, like on the final days, like, let me show you guys want to get some coffee, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to walk. He's like, no, man, it's just right down here. Walk down. There's literally like probably I don't know the fucking dimensions. There's a lot of space to probably fit like 400 people to just chill on these fucking amazing couches and a coffee shop right next to it, and no one was there. We were the only people there.
Fuck.
So.
I can't tell if the Omni is like the perfect place for wizards or if it's just laid out terribly. Like, I don't know which one it is. The fact that I stayed there for so many nights and had no idea that there's a fucking coffee shop in it.
Aside from the coffee shop and the bar that didn't have anything there, I fucking hated that hotel. I did not. And I was sleeping on a bed made for Dodger-sized people.
And
it was
Sam
just rough.
woke up every morning and flipped over a lot lot of pillows just angrily.
Yeah.
I felt great. It was great. What were you
and
guys
then
like?
I was taking a shower twice, and the pressure just stopped.
That happened to me.
And the shower head would just stop spraying. And so then eventually one morning I was running so late, I think Sunday, because I had to get over for the Square Enix presentation. And instead of literally like turning it off, waiting 10, 15 seconds, I just laid down in the bathtub and washed my hair from the spigot because I didn't want to fucking wait for the thing to go all the way up because it takes too long. So fuck that hotel.
It was just so nice to be in a shower that had any kind of water pressure at all, because I don't have that at my house. But I always forget that, like, the other variable for people who are super tall, like you and Sam, is, wow, the water pressure is great. Too bad that my head is above where the water is coming.
And it just hits you in the chest, like super fucking hard, knocks you back.
Oh no.
Yeah. Co, were you in the Omni? What hotel were you in?
Oh, thankfully my management got me a little house kind of deal, so I was staying in
that's
that.
right.
It was great because like flying over, I was
Killing
looking at
it.
some of the Twitch employees' tweets, and they were just like, "My room smells like a wet dog."
Yeah, the hotel did kind of have a funky smell on one corner.
Yeah.
Of it. Also,
and it was just like, and then someone else was like someone else in the same row of rooms was like, "I think they put rocks in my mattress."
yeah,
And I was just like, I'm not going there.
the mattresses were kind of rough
Okay.
too. My entire floor smelled like weed. Like someone was just lighting up constantly somewhere on my floor, and so that's
fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
who
what we
could
got.
see?
Weird.
No, I had no idea that could be a thing.
Yeah,
It's kind of interesting. Like I got that same thing, except everywhere outside.
yeah, it is
You're
kind
in
of
San Diego.
kind of
Yeah.
prevalent in San Diego. So
Yeah.
the food though, San Diego, pretty good. It gets,
That restaurant was so good.
Dude, you missed Seersucker. Did you go to Did anyone else go to Seersucker? That was the best restaurant in San Diego. That was from actually another Top Chef winner, Jericho.
Really?
I think it was season 3. Yeah, Brian Voltaggio, I think was his name. They had brie that was just melted in like this little cast iron skillet. And they put strawberry jam on the top and served you fresh toast.
Yeah, I'm hard.
That was the shit.
Yeah, that sounds fucking great.
was
I
the
went
best.
to Brennan and I and Steph went to this place called Cowboy Strip, and because of Restaurant Week, they let you choose a starter, a steak, and a dessert for $50. But the steaks alone were all $50 or more. So
Right.
I was like, boys, we're feasting. Had like strip wagyu, 8 ounces of that, and like bone marrow, and oh fuck, man, it was the best.
Yeah.
It was great. It was outstanding.
That was
Dude,
good.
Restaurant Week in major cities is so awesome.
the
Every
best.
time,
Dude,
every time it's Restaurant Week in LA, Sam and I are like, all right, what's the most expensive fucking sushi place on this list? Because that's where we're going. It's some quality shit.
yeah, I had no idea about Restaurant Week, and then like I went to a restaurant pretty much multiple times each day, and every time I was like, "What's your Restaurant Week menu?" Like after the first time, and oh my god, man, like that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Some deals, man.
Yeah, it was a good place for food for sure. I'd go back to San Diego in a heartbeat just for the food if they decide to go there next year if there's another TwitchCon, which I'm surprised we didn't hear anything about. They'd never mentioned like we'll see you
TwitchCon
next year.
next year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were just kind of like, thanks for coming to TwitchCon. We're out. Like at the very end, I was thinking Wheat and Anna were gonna drop something in that final main stage segment, and nothing.
I mean, I assume there will be another one. This one seemed successful.
Why
Yeah.
Okay.
wouldn't there?
Going into like TwitchCon as a whole, for anyone that hasn't heard like about this year's TwitchCon, last year's TwitchCon as opposed to this year's TwitchCon was like it was like 2 different cons. It was almost incomparable. I mean, last year was like my first con, and it was like there were a few vendors there, and it wasn't really big, and it was mostly about the people. But then this year, I mean, booths everywhere, huge, big announcements in some cases that, as we'll talk about later in the show, completely rocked our world and are in the process of rocking our worlds. Game design or game development, indie devs making big announcements, pushing demos that hadn't been out before. Like it was night and day. And it makes me hugely excited. Like you guys are saying, like, I wonder if there'll be a con next year. There better be a TwitchCon next year.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, it's my favorite con.
And when you say
Actually, like, it felt a little bit. I was trying to figure out how to describe it during the Co-optional podcast yesterday because
we don't know what's that?
the Co-optional podcast. It's a little podcast that happens on Tuesdays.
I have
Oh,
heard
okay.
it.
It's very
You
small.
sure?
It's very
Okay.
small, but
Gotcha.
anyways, so it was weird for me because I've been to conventions that are like TwitchCon, But in the theater world, when I was doing like behind the scenes, like set design stuff, I had been to conventions that felt very much the way that TwitchCon did. TwitchCon felt like it was specifically for streamers. It was like, here are all of these different things that can help you be a better streamer. Here's like Twitch integrated games. Here are different companies that are coming up with ways to make your alert systems better and to help you, interact with your fans better. And it was very industry feeling while also coming across very casual and relaxed. And I feel like I met so many really cool people without this weird pretense of like, here, have my business card. I'd love it if we could like stream together sometime. It was just like, hey, you're pretty cool. Hey, you're pretty cool. Dope.
Brooke, I'll say what you really mean. The YouTube community sucks. The Twitch community is great.
I went to VidCon a couple of years and felt like there was nothing for me to do. And considering that at the time I was like a full-time YouTuber, that's weird, right? For me to go to VidCon and be like, I don't know why I'm here.
Or do you vlog? Then if the answer is no,
exactly.
you're not going.
All right, is my primary demographic 12-year-olds? No, I should probably leave.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And then all of the other conventions we go to, are like big video game conventions where it's like, here are hundreds of games to play. And this wasn't either of those. It was kind of like a good cross section of the two. It felt older, it felt relaxed, and it felt like there were actually a lot of things that I could do that I was able to bring back with me, like knowledge wise, and like companies I would love to reach out to. So yeah, it felt beneficial for me for sure.
Yeah. And actually, not only that, Dodger, but something that was pretty awesome is I didn't do too much of this myself, but I talked to many streamers, especially mid-sized streamers that were all over this. The fact that Twitch went out of their way to make that code that you could put on your card, and if you were interested in someone's booth, you could just hand them their card, they'd scan it, and then you'd get like a little package and they'd be notified of your interest.
I forgot about that shit.
Dude, that takes out like 80% of the stress and frustration that comes with exchanging business cards. Should I email them? Are they going to email me? When should I do it? What should I ask for? Like all that stuff just goes out the window. That's the kind of thing that I'd love to see standardized at every con. Like on to
That's a good idea.
But
did anyone use that? Like I forgot that even existed.
I unfortunately did, but I saw a few people. There were groups of mid-level streamers and stream teams that were going around to like every one of those booths, and they'd be like, "All right, who's interested in this?"
That's so
and
smart.
then they like get up and scan and do all that stuff.
That's one step away from being able to have like your fans come and find you at the Invitational and give you some, or you like digitally sign something of theirs like they do. Have you seen that code before? At the Invitational, all of the pro players have this little like it's like a SKU reader basically. And they come up and they sign your, or they read your little, I think it might just be a QR code on the back of your.
This is the H1Z1 Invitational, right?
No, the Dota. This is Dota.
Oh, I was like, no.
Yeah, okay. Dota in Seattle. The big finals they have every year. They come up and like scan their little QR code on the back of your little fucking name tag thing. And then when they do that, I think the way it works is you get stuff in game signed by that player. And I've always wanted to.
Item.
Yeah, like an item or something in game. And so I've always wanted Twitch to go that route, even though it's fucking stupidly expensive. And how do you even choose which streamers get that? Because you can't have 17,000 partners with that stuff. But then they get like a special emote or something like that on your channel. Like that would be sick, but we're just not there yet, I don't think.
Here's what super bummed me out. Was that I didn't necessarily want to use that system for myself of like scanning my QR code at other people's booths. I was so excited to get the app on my phone and scan the QR codes of all of the artists in the artist alley. Could not get that fucking app to work to save my life.
Really?
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the TwitchCon app?
The TwitchCon app. I don't know anybody who was able to get that thing to work.
Unfortunate thing about the TwitchCon app is that literally anyone could go up and sign up as you. There was no check. There was no check to be like, are you really CohhCarnage? Is your email really dicksuck@mcbigdick.com?
Yeah, that app was a really cool idea. And there were some cool features, like being able to look at people's schedule and they changed on the fly and stuff. But I mean, they should have been developing that app like 6 months earlier. I don't like it. It was clearly something where it's like, quick, Get it out, push it.
Yeah,
You know?
the second I saw when that app went live that like you could sign up with the email at a.a.com and be itmeJP and post on the like thread thing where it loads you into as itmeJP. I was like, all right,
Oh,
nope,
no.
not even gonna mess with it.
Oh, dude. So I'm sitting in the airport with Richard Hammer, and I was actually on Twitter like me and Man were going back and forth because the Twitch app just didn't have me and Man when it started.
Yeah,
we
no,
weren't
that
talking.
it
We
didn't
were
have
gone.
me.
And
It messed up. A lot of people.
broadcasters
Yeah.
weren't there
Maybe
either.
you guys just need to get more famous. Like I was on.
The best part was, there's two good parts. First of all, like when I was like, Richard, are you in there? And I was like, I don't, he's like, I don't know, am I? And we searched for him, and Richard Hammer's profile was empty, and it had like a 15-year-old kid with a black hair emo swoosh as the picture.
That's
I was
Richard
like,
Hammer, right?
So I hold it up and I was like, that's weird. You look a little bit different. And he goes, oh, that's not me. And I said, take a closer look. And he was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah,
It was great. And then the other best part is they finally got me on there, right? And in my application, and you can look right now on your phones if you have the TwitchCon app. In my application, they were like, okay, what do you want in your description? And I've done a lot of work with Twitch, and they have like a front page blurb that they have, just like a generic channel thing.
Yeah.
So I put in the description, I was like, anything whatever you use on the front page is fine, smiley face.
Whatever you use on the.
So now when you look up CohhCarnage in the TwitchCon app, it says, for my profile, whatever you use on the front page is fine, smiley face, which makes me look like the most arrogant asshole that's ever walked the face of the planet.
Yes. No, that's
You look
so
at the
good.
Just
I
look on
wanna-
the front page, because that's where I'll be.
I'm so
it's
curious
like,
to go see what mine says. Oh, I deleted the Twitch. Fuck, I don't
Ugh.
have it anymore. Shit.
Holy fuck, that's so funny.
I can't even be mad. That's just like they didn't even try. What did they do?
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Oh, that must be." He's just an ego.
I guess I don't know. That's what he said he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. It was just a copy paste. I bet it was automatic. Like I doubt anyone even looked at it. It was just like
Jeez.
description field.
Hey,
Yeah.
I will. It probably was because when we had to sign up for the partner survey, saying like, "Hi, I'm going to TwitchCon," I put as my prefix Lord, so it would pop up with Lord William Boner. My every single thing from the Twitch party to my badge was under Lord William Boner.
Did you wait when you went up? Oh, I guess we got our like little swag bag, so you didn't have to
Oh
be
my
like it's under
God.
Lord William Boner. Oh,
Wait,
no,
next
but
year,
my
can we all
hotel
say that
was
our
that-
prefix is Lord?
Yeah,
All of us.
like I was like, wow, they really just auto-filled that, didn't
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's good.
That's
I think I'm gonna go as Dr. CohhCarnage next year.
Do it.
Yes.
they? Yeah.
That's a good ring to it. Dr. Carnage. That's got
Yeah.
like
Carnage.
Do
I
it.
like
a comic book vibe to it. I'll take it.
Yeah, that'd be. Oof. That TwitchCon app though. I wish I still had it because I want to know what my profile says. Because I'm pretty sure I did the same thing where I just put like something, put something here. You guys probably have most of this information. Like, I hope that's what my profile says.
Something here.
Do you still have it, Co? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'll look right now and see what
Okay.
they got you under.
Yeah, great. I'm
Oh no,
so
they
sick.
actually have yours. JP McDaniel's a former esports commentator. Yeah, all that stuff. Oh man, I wonder if they fixed mine. Let me see.
Okay, I do remember doing that. I remember sending that information over. Yeah. I got that stuff. What?
Oh,
Oh, you can't
yeah,
see it.
I can see it right there. Yep,
Yeah.
right there.
Whatever
Yep, there
whatever
it
you
is,
use on the
quality.
front page is fine. Smiley face.
There you go. That's some good stuff.
Screen. Did you show it to like anybody? And you just screen cap it and send it to like Hassan. Be like, what are you doing?
just like a sobbing gif.
Yeah. Oh, someone just tweeted at us, Co. Someone just tweeted at us. I'm gonna tweet that.
In terms of like,
Oh, there we go.
there weren't any major issues, but there were a bunch of little things like that. Like a couple meet and greet people just didn't have a sign, so they had to like my first sign, scribble their name on it and put it up there next to all the professional ones. And I was like, oh, like that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's worse things. Like that's not the biggest.
I know.
deal to
That's
me,
why I
but-
said there weren't any big things.
Yeah. Did anyone take their sign home?
I did.
You guys
Wait,
did?
Mine's hanging up outside my booth.
I've got
Yeah.
Sam's. Wait, I've got Sam's and I've got mine.
How do you
Ow,
guys?
upside down? Fuck.
How did you get that on the flight? Did
How
you
do
just-
how do you travel with those?
That's
wanted
why
to
I
know,
didn't take it.
But
We drove.
Oh, you drove. Oh, okay. Oh, look at
Look at
that.
that.
That's pretty good. Are those all signed?
Oh, you bet your ass they are.
Yeah. I bet.
I'm gonna cut them down so that they fit on our office doors. Sam is like so not into this idea, and I don't even care. He was like, "Why are you taking those home?" And I was like, "Because
there are things that can be done with them for sure." By the way, we didn't talk about this. We're gonna step away from TwitchCon. We'll come back. Jericho, you're in a soundproof booth.
Hell yeah. It's super soundproof.
How much room do you have in there?
Right after I fix my panel, I can't touch either side of the walls doing this. Like,
oh, nice.
Touch there and there.
Okay.
Does all your stuff fit in there okay?
Yeah, I got 3 monitors, 2 LED panels, my computer, PS4, speakers, like a huge desk, plenty of space. So.
Nice. By the way, we know it's soundproof because the 2 guys I paid to ransack his house haven't even made a peep yet.
Right? Like I was just out there and I think everything's gone, but hey.
Yeah. A lot of people in chat are wondering why the fuck you have one, but it makes sense because you live in an apartment. Because everyone lives in an apartment.
Watch the stream of mine if you're wondering why I have
yeah,
a soundproof.
and Jericho gets a little bit loud sometimes.
To be clear, like this thing is the greatest thing known to man because like it's 2 a.m. and I just want to listen to something like at full blast. Like I'll just go in here. There's no way any sound's coming out of here. So I can do whatever I want in here, from masturbating without headphones to listening to music any hour. So it's just like it was a good purchase.
Yeah.
30 decibel porn. It's a special thing.
Yeah.
Oh, 90 decibel. 90 decibel porn, boys, before the neighbors.
You come out and you just got the biggest smile on your face and blood coming out of both ears. That was glorious.
It's just like Boeing 747s taking off. It's just jet engines.
Yeah, when I saw you tweet that you were going to get one of those, I was like, what the fuck? And now after you explained it to me and like you do get a little loud, live in an apartment with thin walls, it makes total sense, man. I'm sure your neighbors love you for it.
They don't even know I have it yet. I think they think I just stopped working because I'm not going to bring them down to my house. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck neighbors, man.
Fuck
That's what I'm talking about.
Em.
That's what I'm talking about. Is the house still moving along? Is that thing still a thing?
Oh man, it's ridiculous. I mean, we were supposed to close on Friday, but the underwriter had to confirm yesterday, and my realtor, my wife, has messages out with them. He's not responding. Like it is such a mess. The sellers have already waited like 2 weeks past we're not doing anything past this date day. So they're trying to work. It's just a mess. It's a mess. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who's ever bought a house and been like, that went smoothly.
I know.
I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
It makes me so nervous because I would love to own a house one day. And at the same time, I'm like, God, that sounds like so much fucking work, though.
Yeah. In our industry, it's such an annoying process because people are just like, so where does this money come from that you make magically?
Right.
People tip you online like this isn't drug money or porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I swear it's legitimate.
Yeah.
And the problem is because they don't understand where it came from, it's so hard to convince them that you'll be able to pay them for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, when they have no comprehension of how you're making money, and they don't care to learn about it. They just need to know how you're doing it and what guarantees you'll have on getting that amount of money on your taxes every single year. So I mean, it's been ridiculous. Some of the documents I've had to sign, like, you know, purpose of why you make money and projected income over a 10-year period, like math. I don't do math.
Dude, that's why I know a couple of people who do YouTube who have just like bought their houses outright in cash because they're like, you are making this so difficult for me. I'm just gonna save up for the next, you know, however many months or years I've got to and just pay for it because.
Yep.
It's really funny you say that, Dodger, because me and my wife have had discussions. Like if this does fall through, like we're kind of like, well, maybe we should just camp for about 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and save up to buy a house.
Yeah.
But why is the market so bad?
I think it was Elo just got his stuff signed, right? Is that?
Yeah. Elo finally got all of his stuff worked out, like right before he came out.
He was talking a little bit to me about it and was saying like how much of a nightmare it was because he was like, I have to provide the past like 18 months the pay stubs for everything so that these people understand that there's consistency and it's not just like wild crazy values every single month. And I was like, yeah, fuck all that shit, man. Like it's a nightmare.
Man, and I had the beautiful situation where the guy that did my taxes in my first year of streaming did them not, let's say, perfectly, So a bunch of income, like all the money I raised for charity that month, accidentally got put under my income because
good.
That's happened to me before. That's happened to
I
me
raised
before,
like 60,000 that year for charity, so I didn't even touch that money, and apparently got taxed. So it's like
Great.
it's like a crazy situation. We had to redo a bunch of that and then like balance it all out. I mean, again,
It's
all
a
this
nightmare.
I've been spending the last like 2 years because of a 24-hour charity stream that I did where all of that money was put on my taxes. I've been spending the last 2 years like trying to get that sorted and get that money like back. Nightmare. Anyways, hey, being an adult fucking sucks. Let's talk about video games.
Yeah, let's talk about TwitchCon some more.
Escape out of the reality, please.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the way you think, Zeke.
Yeah. You even got like the full-on black ensemble, just like Zeke always does.
Hell yeah. Look,
All we need you to do is when you're doing your outro night, just remember, just say, "Where my faux are boys at?"
Yes.
Just throw that line in there, and transformation complete. You've assumed.
Exactly.
Got it.
Do it up. Let's talk about Twitch. We're gonna loop back to TwitchCon again. We got sometimes when you're amongst other people that can actually understand what the fuck you're bitching about and can relate to it. It's just good. To
you just dive in.
It all just comes out.
It just vomits. You just vomit out all the bullshit that you got to deal with. So there you go.
Yeah, dude.
TwitchCon. They announced some stuff. I think the biggest thing is probably the biggest thing Twitch has ever done, and that is of course the Twitch Prime nonsense that was announced. That I think when people in the crowd, I think when that was announced, like to all the partners that were there in the crowd and people that heard about it, we were all just kind of like, oh, cool. And then for the people at home, they started getting just like thousands and thousands, like Gathalion and Broman and like some of the other European streamers that didn't go to TwitchCon. Like
Baru had a huge one.
I think Gronk as well. I think that's how you pronounce it. It was getting like 2,000 subs that first day. Just like they really started understanding it, and we're just like, oh, TwitchCon's great. And we all go home to the hotel room and look at Twitter, and we're just like, wait, what?
Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, dude.
Wait, he passed how many thousand subs?
He just got the fucking emote limit. What? God damn it! Why am I here?
That's literally why we came home Sunday night instead of going home on Monday, because we were like, we drove, and it makes a lot of sense for us to just go home and stream right now.
I want to say that it was just kind of like, I get it, but at the same time, like a lot of your streamers are not even at home to take advantage.
Every single streamer I've talked to, the general consensus is there is no question that should have gone live when we were all home. Like 2 to 3 days after TwitchCon. Because basically what happened was, if you want to work it out straight monetarily, our cost to going to TwitchCon had gone up by the larger the streamer, the more money that TwitchCon cost you, essentially. And in some cases, for the bigger streamers, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month are now. That's basically the extra cost of TwitchCon. And that sucks. And the worst part is I've already had numerous streamers being like, I don't know if I'm going to TwitchCon next year. Because what if this happens?
That's absolutely true.
What if they announce some huge feature and I'm not at home to take advantage of it? And what do you say to those people? Like, it's a damn good point.
I mean, and at the same time, this isn't a subscription alternative that auto renews. So it's not like, people have committed their free Prime sub to one person forever. Like, this month, maybe it's, skewed like toward certain people's favor quite a bit. But each month you're going to have a new opportunity to be like, hey, maybe try out your free Prime sub on me. The one thing that I'm concerned about, because I hate like spamming people, the one thing that I'm concerned about is each month somehow reminding people that they can use it without sounding like an
well, that's the thing, is it's already happening. Like, there's people are already like 1,000 subs equals I dye my hair, and like that's a thing that could actually happen where 1,000 subs is not that, like, getting 1,000 sub trained for a lot of the bigger streamers. It's not that hard because it's literally a free sub right now. Like, people just go to a website, click a thing, put in the credit card that doesn't get charged, they cancel it right away, and you get a free sub immediately on Twitch, and they just sub to the person. And you can do this as many times as you want.
Let's not forget that it's a free trial month, right?
Right.
So like,
right.
So like that, this is not indicative of how any of this will pan out next month. I do and have had Prime for ages, and if you're in college, it's kind of weird that you haven't had Prime yet, because it it actually is $60. So you'd basically be paying, the
Wait,
same.
You get a Prime.
discount if you're in college?
Students get a big discount. Yeah. It's like a 30% discount.
I had no idea. Students, get on that shit. Amazon.
I was rolling in it, dude. And
holy shit.
So I was just like, everybody's like freaking out. They're like, I'm never gonna ever have to work again. This is the end of my career. I just retire after this month. And I'm like, yeah, guarantee you next month is just like the fucking nosedive. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how many people stick around and how many people actually use Prime, because Prime is my lifeline.
Someone made a great point here. Trinox and chat said students get Prime for $50 a year, aka it's cheaper than subbing to a person for 1 year.
Holy shit.
And you get benefits like fucking next day shipping and like every other goddamn thing that like the
Nobody
Amazon
ever talks
Music.
about the TV shows.
Yeah,
Stop
the TV show, the music. Yeah. I
Yeah.
watch Amazon Prime TV all the time.
Tour.
Amazon Prime actually, like at first it didn't have as much, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
It
now
didn't,
you can
yeah.
watch fucking Vikings. You can watch the first season of Mr. Robot. Like, holy shit, guys, get on that.
Yeah. It is a good deal regardless of the fact that there's Twitch Prime looped in with it now. Which
It's
go ahead.
Well, it's gonna, like, Twitch Prime brings in all sorts of interesting new things to Twitch, though, because first of all, with the lack of reoccurring automatically, the thinking is that Amazon Prime people will always have to call out their sub because they're going to be clicking on the button and everything. So if you think about the X amount of 100,000 people that are now going to be doing this all the time in larger streams, and I mean, it's not just now, because this is going to happen like every day for the course of this month and then restart again at the beginning of next month. The amount of sub notifications are going to be insane. Like, I can tell you, and I know I speak for a lot of streamers, probably you three guys too, I've already had to make changes about my sub notifications. Like, we've had to reduce
No sounds, boys.
We've had to change the sounds. We've had to make them much shorter. We've had to lower their volume. Like, it got to a point where I've been trying to play scary games over the last few days, and there's been a few times when I've just had to like stop playing and be like, hold on, let me let these catch up. Because you'll be trying to play your game, it's just like ding, 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 and don't get me wrong, it's the best problem ever. So
That's the worst problem. Yeah.
complaining about this, but at the same time, we want to put on a show where people in chat are going, dude, I'm trying to get into the game and it's so distracting. Like, this is really distracting trying to watch this show. We don't want to put you guys in that position.
Welcome to the life of Tim the Tap Man. That's how we feel now. We're all Tim now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta make it short and sweet and right to the point, just like Tim does on a stream. So,
Yeah, I feel bad because normally I say like a big whole thing when people sub, and now I've been like, thanks for subbing, you're the best. And then moving on, and I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to spend the whole stream like not doing anything other than, not that you guys don't deserve acknowledgement for supporting us.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're also trying to entertain the group as a whole, and it's not entertaining for the group as a whole to just be reading out subs.
right.
So it's a hard balance.
That's what a lot of streams were for the past couple of days, was literally just like, I'm going to, quote, sit here at this menu in a game and tell this person or that person or the next 1,000 people, thank you. And that's it. Like, that's the stream.
It's cool, but then it's like, like I want to play I was trying to play, I got access to Call of Duty 4 Remastered early, and I was like about to just be like, hey, like we're not, I don't even care about the money and like the Twitch Prime, like I just want to play my favorite game of all time. I've been waiting years for this. And so I like muted it and I made it super small, and then I only read it off in between missions, which were like 30 minutes long, and people were getting pissed off, and I'm like, guys, like, it's awesome. Like, I know it seems super shitty to complain, but it's like, I just want to play my game, man.
There was the credits that happen at the end of the stream are always a set time on mine, so it's always going to be like, I think it's 3 minutes and 24 seconds or some weird number to link to the song. But what that means is the amount of subs per day will either speed up or slow that down. So yesterday, since I hadn't streamed since before TwitchCon, it was I think it was like 1,100 or something. And it was literally so fast that you couldn't, like, it was just like this, just going up and down the credits. So you couldn't read anything. So that aspect of it, like, kind of messed up. And then that's not going to be an everyday thing, obviously. But there were a lot of things where I feel like if Twitch would have reached out to the partners that they know this would affect in an immense way, and granted, you have to do a little bit of guesswork there, but I feel like if they would have reached out to the partners and said like, hey, we're going to do this, it would have impacted partners on so many different levels, and they would have changed so many things leading into TwitchCon. And ultimately, it would have helped Twitch out because, hey, we're already gigantic. I mean, we spent like 5 minutes jerking off Amazon Prime just now. We're already giant mouthpieces for all of this Twitch Prime stuff.
As
so why
we
not
talked about, JP.
Yeah, why aren't you letting us get more prepared for this stuff?
Well, it's funny you say that because there definitely were casters that knew it was coming.
Yeah.
There are casters that prepared for this and capitalized on it immensely.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're
Okay,
but the thing is, I do want to point out though, like even I definitely think it's all or nothing these days though. The bits thing was a fiasco. Like Twitch can never again, and well, I guess they told people, but like giving select people the ability to do it. Like I'm super glad, for instance, that there wasn't a group of streamers that had Twitch Prime activated.
And that's it.
Beta testing
that was in a horrible.
That would have
really-
that would
well,
have been
you
fucked up.
say that, but think about it. That's kind of what happened with bits.
I guess so.
I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of the same thing. A hot new income revenue stream that only a set group of got. And I know I was one of the people that got bits. And at the time I was kind of like, like it, maybe we should, but Twitch, well, I guess Twitch Prime is kind of in a different category, but still, even then, like it kind of, I hope that kind of drove home to Twitch, and especially with the Prime stuff now, everyone same time, notification and notice, and please give us a little bit of a delay before you turn it on, which is weird that they didn't with Amazon Prime, because they did it with the sub badges. They're giving us like what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks?
It's like, why couldn't we have done like a week or something?
Okay,
I'm so off with that.
Yeah, it's
My
3
question-
weeks, yeah. Not
my
3
question-
months, Brooke.
What exactly would you want them to tell you that would let you prepare for it out? Because like it was pretty cut. I guess, was that your guys' first time hearing about that period?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like that I can understand it being like, hey, there's gonna be this feature. I've known about that and like had input on it for a while. And what they came out with was pretty much like their first iteration. It was pretty much fucking great idea from the get-go. And I was like, cool. In my head, I just didn't see it affecting me like that on day one.
Right.
So like, yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew the announcement was coming. And even when I got home, I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen. But I didn't expect it to be that crazy. Like that was.
Well, I don't
mean,
think
think if Twitch approached you and they said, hey, we're going to open up a system that gives hundreds of thousands of existing people the chance to sub to your stream for free on this day. Like if I heard that, I would start making all sorts of plans. All day stream, find the hottest game I can find, get everyone ready, make it a big event, as much notice as possible. Like that's like a bomb dropping. You know what I mean? You got to get to the
perfect example, someone that kind of had I don't think that knew about it, but had a happy moment or a opportunistic moment was that Dan started Horror Month. Dan led into this announcement while at TwitchCon with VODs, and it like the fucking stars aligned, and like he's at his all time. I think he got his final 5 subs like 2 nights ago or some shit like that. So which I think is
I have
7,000
heard
subs.
I've heard from a couple people that Dan has gotten more subs from Prime than he had before it. Like because his channel was
it's
online.
over doubled.
Because his channel was online the entire time. I don't know if you guys saw right when he got back from TwitchCon and started Horror Month, he had like 22,000 people in there, and literally every 10. Not only was his chat being spammed to absolute shit and loading in blocks of 20, but every 10 lines at least was a new Prime sub for like an hour.
Yeah, I think
it was one of the craziest sub trains I have ever witnessed.
I think
on
he
Twitch.
peaked at like
and
30.
Don't get me wrong, it couldn't happen to a better guy.
Yeah. I think that
was just.
We need to say that. We need to say that like
That's crazy.
this is coming from a place of like we're so happy for Dan, not like fuck. Dan.
Absolutely.
Honestly, fuck him,
absolutely.
man.
This is his
But also
6th year
fuck
of
Dan.
Horror Month. It's like he's been working for this moment for 6 years. No one can say that.
Right.
No one.
Right.
So if anyone deserves all of this, it's Dan.
Yeah, I think
And
he
it's
peaked
just like
out
a
at
generally very sweet person.
Yeah. I think he peaked out at like 32,000 viewers on the first
Jesus.
official night of Horror Month, which was Monday night. Once he got home from TwitchCon. But yeah, like we were saying, like people that were set up in that type of way, and I don't think Dan was going to do Horror Month regardless of what was announced at TwitchCon, right? It was just like Ko was saying, the stars
He was
aligned.
actually bummed that he had to do that. TwitchCon was overlapping with the start of Horror Month.
Yeah. It just worked out that I think when he went live on the first, when TwitchCon was happening, he was already at like 10,000 viewers with VODs. And then the announcement went live, and like we just said, all those subs occurred. So the people that were
with
set
Dance
up,
Horror Month, my maximum stream numbers these days are less than his offline numbers.
yeah, no, we were doing Court of Swords yesterday, and we had like 4,000 or 4,500, which is great. Dan was live with Horror Month via VOD at like 10,000. Like,
So wait,
on my show.
He's a man of his own.
4 other casters was
Yeah.
at 4,000, but offline Dan was over twice.
There's something wrong here, guys.
I was like,
Something's
that's
up.
interesting.
Something's up, y'all.
Yeah.
Miss offline, Dan.
We clearly have to do more research on Past Dan, because Past
We do.
Dan knows he got the secret. He cracked the code.
Yeah,
Past it.
he knows something.
Probably botting.
I'm gonna take out a notepad and flip on his stream next time I see it on replay.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, regardless, I think every broadcaster is so excited. Well, so happy with how Twitch Prime has gone so far.
Oh yeah.
I want to know what happens a month from now.
In what capacity?
It will
That's what I'm
begin
saying, like,
the
it's-
most turbulent seas that Twitch has ever seen.
Yeah.
Every
Literally,
man for
casters,
himself. Fuck everybody.
overnight.
But me.
Overnight, many casters will lose 500 to 1,000 plus
More
subscriptions.
than that, man.
I'm about it, dude. Shed
that.
the week. Shed the week.
I feel like
Like,
Another thing is
literally,
though, so many people that have subbed to me with Twitch Prime have said almost verbatim, I'm using this on you first, because I like your stream or whatever. But that's the thing. I'm using it on you
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
good
many
way to look
people
about
plan
it.
I'm trying
on
to
going around Twitch.
I'm
So-
trying to
Play
think
with that.
about it like a really interesting form of donating. And if I can inspire you to donate again next month, cool. But I'm not looking at my sub numbers and being like, awesome. Like, here I am. I finally made it. Because it's too turbulent. There's too much up in the air. There are too many variables with this thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully, the person who is able to subscribe with Twitch Prime is like, wow, I really like these features and I don't want to lose them, and comes back. But if they don't, like, I'll have expected that.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing for broadcasters, and this is speaking from my own experience and also just other broadcasters sharing with me when we go to these events, the sub count is kind of like your report card, I think, for a lot of streamers. It's
Yeah.
your indication of like how you're doing as a streamer when it comes month to month. So I feel like when next month hits, 3,000 minus or 3,000 plus subs could potentially drop from someone's sub list and might not come back. If that happens, like, people are going to be reacting like,
Why would they though? If
But-
the only people that would look at that and not understand, it's like the people that.
I mean, even if you understand it though, man, it's still like that's
No,
3,000 subs.
No,
gone.
you gotta. Maybe I'm just like I got a lot of seasoning on me, but like every September rolls around and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen, and it doesn't bother me anymore that every time September goes around, my YouTube views drop, my Twitch viewership drops.
YouTube
and
views
then
in September are awful.
I just
but
see
yeah.
people like, I'm gonna have to get a job now, and I'm like, you still get 12 million views a month. Like, no, you are not. Like,
Wait,
you
what is it about
Well,
September that's such a hard drop? I've
School
never.
goes-
School.
Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And it's every year, and it's like you can tell people it's gonna happen, and then as soon as like the middle of September happens, like, what did I do wrong? And it's like nothing. It's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Sure.
I fully expect that to happen, but like,
You'd think that it would be like kind of, I don't know. You'd think that it would plant a little bit of peace in people to say like, it's not you, man. It's just fucking homework. It's not your fault. They've got shit to do, They're learning. They're becoming adults. Like, no, but it's me. It's definitely me. Like, what's wrong with my content? Everybody hates me. I need to quit. Just calm down. You're cool.
I get it.
I will say this though, and there's a flip side to what Jericho just said. A lot of streamers on Twitch have magic numbers that they're working for sub counts in which they can go full time, or a number that they're going to hit where they're going to quit their job or
Right.
something like that.
That,
And as
yeah.
one of my mods just mentioned in mod chat, and I've actually seen over the last couple days, there are streamers making life decisions off
Based
these
on these
Amazon
numbers.
Prime sum numbers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, guys, like, slow down. Like,
Yeah.
your sum numbers right now are not indicative of what you are going to have permanently. There's a really good chance everyone's going to crash in a month as people figure this out and go to different streamers and stuff like that. So it's a little bit concerning sometimes, especially like the smaller streamers that are like, wow, I never thought I'd get to this point, but in the last 2 days, now I can go full time. hold on.
Yeah. I was.
Don't get me wrong. Keep streaming and do your thing, but
I was
And
thinking.
if you're getting way more money than you normally get, stick to your normal budget. Fucking save that money.
Don't go buy a car. Don't go buy a car.
Don't buy a car.
Shannon's right. It's also differentiated on the partner dashboard, so you can see like your. I guess my opinion would be Twitch Prime is not a crutch, but it is a bonus. So you can see your base.
Good way to see it.
And then anything above that's just like dope, dude.
Yeah.
But like back to what you said with the people that are legitimately pushing for that full time. By the way, which is awesome. I'm just the same thing that I say every single time, even before Twitch Prime exists, is just like are you really waiting for this number because that's when you're able to do it, or is that the number where you're like twice as where like something horrible could happen and half your audience could leave and you're still able to do it? Because if you're like, I hit 497 subs, the exact amount to pay my rent, and I quit my job, and it's like what are you doing?
It's a little bit different for me because I had a guy, one of the first people invited to my stream team, got his sub button. He worked really hard for it. He got a whole bunch of subs at the beginning. Then he quit his job as a part-time teacher, and within 6 months his channel tanked.
Yeah.
So, and when he went back to get his job, it was gone, and then he couldn't find work for 3 months. So it was one of those like it's for me and a lot of especially older streamers, especially those that have other people they're supporting. It's just one of those things where it's awesome and do your absolute best, but it's a beautiful time right now. And I think Dodger, you probably just said it best. These should be treated like tips. Like when you go to that revenue screen and look at your layout, that blue part for Twitch Prime subs, don't count those as subscribers. Count those as, and that way it's like you have some extra money and that's great, but you've still got that core that you're working through.
Yeah.
So
No.
For the record, guys, I am not talking about FMG. This is a guy, he left Twitch over like just under 2 years ago now. None of you know who he is. Don't worry about it.
Does it break out? Because I know it breaks out the revenue earned from Twitch Prime. Does it break out the actual number of Twitch Prime subs from the main sub count?
No.
I really wish that was there because I think that would make more of an
actually,
impact.
It does. If you have better Twitch TV currently, the number
it's true.
on your dashboard is your actual subs, and then the number
Really?
like revenue is your total subs. So you can do some math, but
Now that is a bug, unfortunately.
I assume they're gonna update it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's a great point. That's very true.
Yeah. Shit, I might actually have to reinstall better Twitch TV.
Don't change it, BTTV.
Yeah, don't fix that
Or
bug.
just show both.
Or do
If
both.
they can read one number, just show both. Show Twitch subs and then right under it Prime subs.
Twitch. How about you do that and fix your fucking analytics screen when you're at it?
Jericho, they have to have something to announce for next year's TwitchCon. All right,
You're
like
right.
you gotta give them a year on that stuff.
Look,
right?
man, we got to give them 5 years. It's been since 2012 since they've changed anything in there.
That's true. That's true. I was much. I thought I stumbled upon like the gold mine, and that was audience retention for the live streams, because I was in the analytics page yesterday or maybe the day before, and I saw like average viewer minutes watched or something like that, but it was just for fucking VODs. So it
And
didn't
you're
matter.
like, thanks.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's a worthless fucking stat. Thanks for giving that to me.
I get actually depressed when I pull up the YouTube Creator mobile app and I can break down time watched by people in like Kenya, and I'm like, look, there's 3 people watched 14 minutes of my videos in Kenya from my phone.
They have some of that. They have some of that.
You
in
cannot
stats.
tell how many people in Kenya watched your videos and how long. That I'm pretty.
Yes, you
pretty
can.
sure of.
You can look at views per country as well as minute watched per country right now.
All right, we'll check how many people from Kenya watch your shit.
Get hacked.
I'm pretty sure it only displays the top 10 most watched from countries.
You might be right.
What I want to be able to go into the Twitch app and be able to see analytics there.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be next year's announcement.
That's got to be a thing. Like just upping, like letting the app be beneficial not to just viewers but to streamers.
Yeah, I also feel like
Real quick, also, I believe Aurelian would like Tucker to suck it.
I believe she can go to her dashboard and then suck it when she finds out that it's only the top 10 most.
it's top 5. It's top 5.
I'm staying out of this.
It's even worse, Aaron! I want Kenyans! I want to know about them!
The turmoil is already starting.
Oh god. What was I gonna say? Tucker's rant absolutely destroyed my brain.
I'm sorry. I want more data.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
It's good. It's good shit.
TwitchCon. Let's talk about
TwitchCon.
completely
Let's circle back around for the third time.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. The upload stuff. I feel like it's a good thing that we have two, I would say, YouTubers turned streamers, or YouTubers that have a big emphasis on streaming now with Jericho
Sure.
and Brooke here, or Dodger
yeah.
here. Are you
Hey,
guys?
oh wait, you're above me. High five. Boop.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Tucker's just pushing her down. Not
Yeah. Get down. Stay in your box.
yeah. Are you guys going to come over? You guys got to take upload. What are your thoughts on it and the VOD stuff?
I would love to do some tests with it. Like right now, I've been consistently uploading highlights from my streams. I would love to, put those on Twitch maybe like ahead of time and see what the analytics wind up being like. If people, it's all going to be up to the viewers, right? Like whether or not the viewers are interested in watching uploaded content on Twitch, if they even think of that. So I think it's going to take some testing. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be blunt. I'm very invested and interested in it because the way that YouTube handles a lot of their problems, as well as everything that they do.
YouTube sucks ass.
It's really bad.
Let's just throw that out there.
The only way that I can get in contact with people is because I have personal friends that work there.
Yeah.
So, and that's
or you
not
make a big enough stink on Twitter and they finally be like, how can we help you? I know
I
you
don't
just said
have
go
any-
fuck yourselves.
I've been doing YouTube for like almost 7 years now, and I have no contacts there. Like
Right.
that's fucking weird,
That's
right?
pretty rough. So I'm very invested in the idea that Twitch will be an all-inclusive area that I can upload my stream highlights to. I don't think I can leave YouTube ever, and I don't think I'd like to. I have a larger audience on YouTube than I do on Twitch, by a large amount. So that will always be a place, but for those people that never want to go on YouTube or just don't care enough to go, yeah, I'll upload it to the Twitch VOD service 100% of the time. I've had a couple meetings with them to try and help give opinions and ideas to make it the launch as smooth as possible. Because the last thing I want is for it to get this like bits idea where it's kind of tainted from now on. Like I want this to be really good from the start. Therefore, people actually use it and it has a service and a purpose that I can use. Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like there's no downside. And on the upside is maybe they'll fix VODs. So
Yeah, I don't know. As someone who uses YouTube as like a primary hub for, I guess, public VOD stuff for the channel, the only way that I would ever come over to Twitch full time would be, and I said this on the TwitchCon panel, is if they ever give the ability to put certain VODs behind a paywall, a sub wall, and other VODs open to everyone, because that's just kind of the business model of the channel.
Right.
Because don't get me wrong, I would love to get the fuck away from YouTube and have everything, like Zeke was saying, in one place. Even though I think I'm at like 120, 130,000 subs. Still super small fish for the most part on YouTube. But if I could have everything in one place, and I could just say, yeah, just go to twitch.tv/itmeJP and you could find everything that I produce there. Rather than like go to YouTube to watch VODs and all that stuff.
That would be cool, JP. But remember, every time we get off media that's not Twitch, that's millions of people that won't get our message that may not know about Twitch.
You're right. That's
So, and another thing is like, for instance, the YouTube or the Twitch upload thing is cool, but I think I speak for a lot of people when I say the monetization options just aren't here yet. Like YouTube is in a different game in terms of that. And I don't even get my YouTube money. I have an extremely active YouTube, but all of it goes to my artist and YouTube guy. But if we were to move to Twitch, like that would really affect their bottom line. And that's a big thing to consider. On that same note though, I think some really cool stuff could come from this. Like for instance, imagine if you could upload content that Twitch viewers have never seen and schedule it to go live on your channel. So you go to cons and you put up 4 3-hour streams of a game that you've never played and no one on Twitch has ever seen it. You know, Twitch makes it so it's super obvious that it's recorded, but at the same time, your channel's live, your chat can be active, kind of like Dan does with Horror Month.
Yeah.
But more importantly, no one's ever seen this stuff. which hasn't been done on Twitch before. It's not a replay. It's not a playlist. It's new content for Twitch.
Can I just say why you're not going to do that is because you could then take that 3-hour content, break it up into 4 30-minute videos and make 20 times as much on YouTube as you would.
No, I'm saying you do the same thing. I'm not saying that it would be Twitch only. I'm just saying you could do both of those things. Then you could put it on YouTube. I mean, just like, if you were streaming live, you would then, after the stream, break that up and put it on YouTube.
Gotcha.
Be the same thing.
Sure.
But, and again, some people probably wouldn't like that. But at the same time, people like me that, really want to keep their channel active when they go to cons, that could be a big deal. I mean, hell, you could even set it up so sub and tip notifications work while you're gone. So they'd actually see their names drop down on the screen. I mean, that could be a completely new thing. Yeah. But, of course, I don't know if they're heading that direction. I know right now it's all just for mostly playlisting and stuff. But again, it's the foundation element of some potentially really cool future stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
That YouTube
building off of what he said, what I was thinking about is that just like with anything else, it's all going to come down to what the financial benefit is to the people who are trying to utilize it, right? Like right now, anybody who's been using YouTube for a long time knows that ad monetization has been steadily going down, right? People are making less and less and less off of ads. So no, not you.
It depends on the month for sure, but yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, November I'll make
Q4. It depends on the quarters of advertising.
Yeah, I think like November, December.
YouTube changes their algorithms around a lot, and in the overall like CPM model from the last 4 years has been like a steady up. Like there's been peaks and valleys, but it's been going up.
But it entirely depends on what companies are buying ads on your channel too.
Or what? Yeah, I mean, not entirely, but yeah, like for the most part, there's a lot of variables that you have no control over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just say that for me, I'm making around the same amount on my channel with over double the views that I had.
Interesting.
Before. So for me, at least, I'm very interested to see what the monetization model is going to be on Twitch.
Yeah.
To see if there's going to be like a benefit there that's going to help me, because for me, and I've made this pretty clear over the last year or so, but Twitch has been like a saving grace for me because I make over double what I make on YouTube on Twitch now.
For sure.
So, if Twitch can continue to offer me ways to like do the content that I want and also make good money doing it, like, that's awesome. But we don't know anything about that now.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I feel like to go into like YouTube versus Twitch in terms of the business side of that and what a content creator can make on both platforms. Everything that like YouTube has introduced has been in some way a ripoff of Twitch, and it's failed. Like if you go look at the YouTube like tipping thing, I forget the actual platform name.
Tipping is
it's like abysmal.
No one uses it.
I don't know of anyone that's like, oh yeah, I tip that YouTuber so much. Like it's not built into that culture at all, and no one uses it.
That's the key. It's all about the culture of YouTube is very different from the culture of Twitch. So, for example, when I picked up Razer and Monster sponsors, two of which they're my. Oh God, I love them to death. Go buy their products. But, no, I mean, like I was very proud of that. Everybody on Twitch is like, it's so crazy, dude. Like, congratulations. I announced it on YouTube. Half of the comments were like, wow, dude, trying to sell out a little bit harder. It's like, what the fuck I'm proud of these. Like, that's pretty crazy. So you're right. It's a culture thing. I don't know what happened, but it's the culture is very different.
Yeah. Co, you had the spark where you did the breathing. I thought you were going to
just ready to.
And then I realized Tucker nailed it. I got nothing to add.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yay.
Fantastic. So I think that VODs and upload is something that will. It's not something you're going to see like a huge amount of love for, just because there's so many variables for it and so many things that need to be figured out from a content creator's perspective or content creators side of things, where we just don't know how that's going to work yet. And I think Twitch is probably still working with those content creators that do want to make a big push for it to figure out what works best for them and what works best for Twitch. At the same time, that download fucking button is, oh my God, it's so good just to go download a goddamn VOD, right? Like you just click a button and it goes. It just downloads.
Nice.
Like,
what do you guys think of the idea of taking down VODs once a stream is over and then uploading a higher quality local recording of that stream.
No
Like a
way.
couple
So-
of people have talked about doing that.
I have a question. Do you know how that, if you upload, say, a 1080p 60 video that you local recorded, right, of a stream
Right.
at X bit rate, and you upload that to Twitch, does it automatically transcode that to a lower bit rate?
Oof, I hope not.
Like, how would that work? Because what if you do that and then you play that video on your stream?
You
It's,
break the internet, JP.
can I also
Stop.
all right.
But
First,
like, how does that work?
Can I just all right? If you want to, I don't know the answer to that, but it's not going to be worth it to take down your 720p 60 FPS video and at 3500 bit rate or whatever you're streaming at, and then re-upload it at 10,000 bit rate, because while it will look great, it took me with my fucking awesome computer 4 hours to render out my 5-hour stream in 1080p 60 FPS, and then you have to upload it. So like, at best, you're getting it up overnight, and then, you know, at that point, maybe it's worth it for the bump in quality. But your stream looks good already, man. Like, it really is already pretty good.
Chat's also right. There would be no chat replay.
Fuck it. It's not even
Oh,
worth
then
it.
it's not worth
You
it.
would,
Fuck all of this.
however,
Never mind,
have-
abort.
you would, however, have the email blast, which goes with every uploaded VOD.
That's true.
So that I kind of wish we could sometimes do for VODs.
That message is all your followers that a upload just occurred? Is that what you're saying?
It's either followers or subs.
Okay.
But I certainly know, like, for instance, I was just checking my email over the course of the weekend, and it was like, Shannon Z Killer has uploaded a video. And
Oh,
granted,
shit.
I follow and subber, so I'm not sure which one it was, but like it was definitely sitting there. I was like, oh, this must be an admin thing. And then I clicked on it and I was like, no, this looks like anyone could do it. So that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see what comes out of that. Like, I think the
Followers, they're saying.
Oh, it says it goes followers. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's good.
That's
Lord.
wow. It's a lot
It's a
of
lot
messages
of people.
to send out.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Thing
it's
is,
just like
though-
YouTubers, or YouTube. They sometimes message
Except
subs.
sub boxes are always broken.
That's why I say sometimes, because it never really works all the
Maybe
time.
I'm just like I mean, I guess that it makes sense, but maybe I'm just in the minority here that thinks that if you're uploading content and making a call to action for people to check it out, if there's not inherently going to be a chat, it should be short form content. I mean, like if it's something where you're going to be like, hey, I uploaded this, if they go and it's like the same stream they just watched, or they didn't catch it and they're like, the VOD, like, yay, I don't know. My VODs don't get very many views anyways.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I just know a couple of people have talked about doing it, so I just wanted to float it out there for convo.
Not a bad initial idea, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the whole VOD and YouTube thing, or sorry, VOD and upload thing will be at its best when Twitch figures out a way to make that like unique to Twitch, where they figure out something that works for the Twitch landscape, like they've done with everything else when it comes to being on Twitch, that works for that community or works for the whole Twitch community and makes it unique to that site. Because right now it's basically like a YouTube Lite. It really is. Like there's so many other things that they have to build.
It's YouTube. It's their Twitch video is to YouTube as YouTube gaming is to Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Like weird shells
And
of the other one.
That's what
Which
I
is
said
fine.
last year on the Drop Frames panel to Kevin. Like, why the fuck is Twitch going to VOD and YouTube going to streaming? Like, why can't you just focus on what you're good at? And I understand why, whole business aspect of things, but like,
Yeah. Of
the
course.
site went down for 20 minutes today for no fucking
It was
reason.
down for a long time. I was like, whoo, okay.
Like, stability is something that they still struggle with, and I think they're going to always struggle with because of the idea of like the site is constantly growing. I think, didn't they say
The
that? That's,
stream went down. People were saying the stream went down.
oh, that's fucking beautiful timing right there. That it literally went down as we're talking about it.
Perfect. Now I can do it.
No.
Fuck
This is
you
a fucking.
two. Fuck all of you. Fuck this.
This is a conspiracy, JP. They took down the stream. They don't want to see it.
Exactly. I'm glad it's still up for people. Don't refresh. Just don't refresh.
Don't refresh.
Is Coe
Yeah.
coming back? I miss him already.
Nope, I'm done. Nope. Fuck drop frames. All right.
I have the vapors.
Yeah, I got it on my system. We're good.
There we go. We're good. Welcome back. We're live
Glad
again.
we crashed because I was about to do that live and
Yeah, that would
would've-
have
that would've
Nobody's
been
Thank God it didn't happen
Yeah.
live. Thank God
been
no
done.
one
been
saw it.
all, yeah, it would've been all
Oh
over
shit!
clips.
They heard me. Uh oh.
It's all good. It's all good.
You're gonna get in trouble, Code. Don't speak out against companies live.
I did,
Come on.
guys. That was Twitch. It jumbled the bit rate and the frames crossed and
Yes.
streams. You did. That wasn't me.
It wasn't him. That was Evil Co.
That was Pasco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pasco.
Yeah.
Berserker Co. Another world.
What else? Oh,
But I mean, I'm sorry, just as like
no, by all means.
final thoughts on that from me is I'm always totally cool with companies making one another a little bit nervous. I think that it inspires them to try and make their platform better. Obviously, when YouTube tried to do YouTube Live and it was shit, Twitch was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you guys keep doing that. No problem. If Twitch is able to do the upload system right and make YouTube a little bit nervous and make them try and actually fix their system and some of the things that have been broken for a while, I am super okay with that. But yeah, I totally agree with you. If it means that they're going to be funneling all of these resources into the upload system and not fixing other aspects of Twitch at the same time, then that's.
I don't get that
that's-
vibe, but hopefully
Well,
they do that.
And Dodger actually nailed it because we talked about a little bit of this when YouTube Gaming came out. The key word is competition. If a competitor comes out, it gives you a drive that's not there normally. You have to do better than them or you'll fall behind. And for the longest time, Twitch had no competition. So they could develop at their own rate, at their own pace. And they did. More credit to them. They didn't have to, but they still developed there. But now that YouTube Gaming here has had to go into overdrive. There's one thing, though, just real quick while we're talking about YouTube Gaming, that I think is important to bring up. A lot of people felt that YouTube Gaming came out and that it failed. And that, and everyone kind of, I got to be honest, it's kind of a joke to most people, YouTube Gaming. However, if you look at the metrics for the last 3 months, not only is it slowly coming back, but YouTube Gaming is now doing a really smart thing where they're now paying their largest YouTubers every day of the week to stream on YouTube Gaming. And that is having a definite.
Who did you hear that they were paying people?
Tucker's about to go bust some heads.
Because the people
Definitely are.
that
I know a
stream
couple
on-
of people who
yeah,
are.
all right. Well, I think that in the YouTube ecosystem, it has never failed, and they have cranked up the algorithm. So if you stream on YouTube, why do you think Nate Shot's not on Twitch, boys? It's because the amount of money that they will make from a stream is absurd for way less work.
But it's not directly from the stream. It's indirectly on the rest of their channel, correct?
Yes.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. I mean, the stream.
Well, you mentioned the algorithm. So
Right, but the algorithm benefits their channel, their videos, and that live stream video because it's based off of time watched. So
Right.
if you watch 20 minutes of a stream when you're not going to sit down and watch 20 minutes of a video, your live stream is way up there. I mean, I'm seeing people with my sub count, like 1 to 2 million, getting 50,000 live concurrent viewers.
Right.
And wait, by the way, when you said Nade Shot, are you talking about the guy who made a big I'm coming back to Twitch thing and got thousands of subs in a day?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Hey, guess
And then he went back to YouTube?
Co, guess whose channel is still live and you can still sub to him on Twitch?
Hey guys.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Interesting.
You are correct.
I wonder how many hundreds and hundreds of people are still subbed to him on Twitch just because they haven't canceled.
I mean, probably every kid that got their credits card or got their parents' credit card and put it in there. Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Things like that exist.
My kid is never going to touch my credit card.
Don't worry, they'll just ask you for your Prime token. And
Yeah, your PayPal info. Fuck yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
it's really funny. I always wonder what happened to him because I was in his stream when he was on Twitch and he was loving it and it was just sub after sub after sub. But then I followed him and I never saw him go live again. I just assumed he went back to esports or something.
No, he went to YouTube Gaming.
People are saying he's been streaming on both,
He
which I think you're also not supposed to do. Or is that
I
just
can tell you this: I haven't ever seen him live on my follow list since I saw him that day.
Yeah. I don't know. I've honestly I haven't been to YouTube Gaming since it launched, so I don't know how often he's been streaming over there.
But anyway, to kind of circle back to the beginning, Now, when you go to YouTube Gaming, especially during primetime US hours, there is almost always someone with 10, X and 4 zeros after them streaming. And if you look, like back in the day, you could go to YouTube Gaming and like the top stream would have like 200 people or 300 people. It's not like that anymore. Like they are now dumping money into YouTube Gaming, which is really interesting because I'm sure that Twitch is seeing this. I'm sure Twitch is going like,
yeah.
So hopefully a lot of that competition that kind of got brushed under the rug for, the last half year or so.
Right.
Hopefully it's lighting some fires. And don't get me wrong, Twitch Prime's a great step in the right direction. So that's great. And maybe that's a response. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. It's no longer something you can write off anymore.
It's not. The other thing that YouTube Gaming's been doing a lot of is getting, I guess, like premium content creator. They've been working with people like Jeff Keighley to do like I forgot what the actual show is called, but like he has a show now that is on YouTube. Jeff Keighley, who used to work at Game Trailers, who's kind of like, I guess, the de facto host in the gaming world that now has like a show once a week out of like a major studio that YouTube Gaming is really pushing.
You know why? It's because they have expendable income. If
Exactly.
Amazon wanted to dip into that fatty Amazon pocket and be like, like Philip DeFranco just won Show of the Year at the Streamies last night, who
Also,
created
why
SourceFed.
is that called the Streamies? It's so fucking stupid.
Wait, that's a real name for a real award?
Fucking real
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It's
6
called the
years
Streamies,
running,
and it's all
boys.
fucking YouTubers.
Every year.
It's the Streamies, and there's not a single fucking Twitch person on there. It's so stupid. Sorry, go ahead.
Either way, he created SourceFed, that later got bought by Discovery, right? Off of a grant that YouTube gave a bunch of people to create premium content on their site. Like we're talking in the millions of dollars to the best people, and like, Rocket Jump, like Freddie Wong's company, or all these things.
I think Geek and Sundry was one of those.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
And they made these
Yep.
great fucking crazy things. And now it's like, hey, so when you guys gonna like do that for some live stream? Like JP, you guys had to bankroll yours. I can't believe that nobody at Amazon was like, yeah, we can throw like
right.
50 grand over here to have them do this,
Which is double what we call, or double
I'm
what it
not
costs.
Aaron, I get it. We just got Twitch Prime, okay?
Twitch
I
Prime
get it.
is basically Amazon giving us a raise.
I get it. Okay.
For a month.
Whatever. I want more.
Quickly talking about creating better content. It's for the fans, okay? That's for the fans. You're saying you don't like the fans or care about the fans? Jesus.
Then you don't deserve to be on Twitch.
I can't believe you. But my point still stands. Like YouTube has great premium content because at one point they did dip into their pocket and throw it at very highly quality or qualified content creators, and it worked out for a large portion of them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They've also, I mean, they've continued to do that. Like with YouTube Red, they have people who are like, if you've got an idea for a YouTube Red show, you come talk to
That
us.
stuff always sounds so fucking shady. Like, it sounds exactly how you're pitching it. It's like, no, I don't want to fucking work with you goddamn scumbag.
Sit on this black leather couch over here, JP, and tell your name to the camera.
Yeah, I remember
Do you
when
want
that.
free coffee? Because we've got free coffee.
I remember when that started. I got so many emails like, "Hey, we'd love to, we'd love if you pitch our stuff." I'm like, actually, I'd like owning my own content. Thank you very much. Like, I don't want to deal with this at all. That stuff sounded so fucking shady. But you're right. They did reach out. Something that I don't think Twitch has done at all yet, to my knowledge. I don't know anything of that capacity, so maybe that's something that will happen in the future.
But at the same time, I mean, like, I don't know, because with YouTube, there's such a focus on making content that is, similarly edited to the point where it could be like a TV show, right? Like it could be something that you would watch on TV. Streaming is special in that that's not an option, right? Everything is live, and so like it's hard to specifically think about highly produced content that isn't edited.
You ever seen The Attack?
I've watched The Attack happen live. Yes.
That is like in my head, and like what JP and you guys did. Like that's what I go to when I think of high production live content. Not
Right.
like, you're right though, not like the way YouTube has it, where it's like polished, edited.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want
TV. They want
compare with TV. Absolutely.
Sure.
So.
Well, that was a fun tangent.
Oh yeah, where
are we? What happened?
TwitchCon.
TwitchCon.
The sub badges. Has anyone submitted their sub badges yet?
No.
I haven't started.
I thought I had 3 months, not
Nope.
3 weeks.
You got 2.5 weeks now.
I have an idea for it. It just hasn't happened yet. I need to actually. I'm gonna message my.
Yeah,
artist.
no, I got a message the art.
I think I'm doing what 96% of Twitch is
just
doing.
different colors.
Bronze, silver, gold, platinum, regular.
Yeah. Someone in my chat had the idea of making the five or four. There's four badges plus the original one.
No, there's 2 month, 4 month, 8 month, 12 month, 24 month.
No, you can set it whatever you want, and they pitch it as 3, 6, 12, 24. Pretty sure it's 4 badges.
I don't think you can set it to whatever you want.
What is it? No, I don't think you can set it to whatever.
I think it's. I looked at it last night. I think it's those months set in stone. Because that's what
3, 6, 12, 24.
Yeah, because that's what I asked Jason.
Bullshit.
I asked Jason that on the.
I don't give a shit about the 3 months. I want my higher ones to feel more special.
Well, I mean, 24 for people that have been on the. I have someone that's like sub for 74 months. Like
that's what I'm saying. I want 36
74?
plus.
Yeah, that's the highest
MVP.
that I've
You
seen.
know,
73.
I gotta
think.
say, I like
guess
the
it is
idea.
3, 6, 12, 24.
Yeah.
I like the idea of loyalty badges, but it did make me a little sad when I heard that announcement.
In what way?
Because there's one big thing missing from Twitch right now that could make Twitch hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars a year, and they're not doing it.
Go on, Co. You've got my attention.
DLC sub
And
things.
that is integrating a Patreon style sub tier system.
Yeah.
Where you can sub for more than $5 a month. Let the streamers suggest it. Let us put our own goals. And more importantly, give us the tools to reward our tiers in Twitch.
Right.
And I always thought that the sub icons would be altered based on your level. So when I saw the loyalty system come out, that means they're using the sub icons for that and not a Patreon style system. And the last thing we need is more icons, because I got to admit, the icons in front of names are getting out of control at this point.
It really is.
Yeah. Also,
So that was unfortunate.
I have a viewer. Shout out to you, Skoog. I have a viewer who has made 8 accounts and subs to me on all 8 accounts because he's like, I can't sub to you with more money. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Dude,
making
I
accounts. And
I
I'm
had
like,
the same deal, and it's so dumb
they
to
just-
be like, yeah, if you want to sub to me multiple times, just make new accounts.
Why?
I don't.
No, that doesn't make sense to me. If somebody subs to me and it's like their name number 2, I'm just like, why not just tip me and then Twitch doesn't take 50% of that.
that is true.
Yeah.
I tell them to stop.
Well,
I'm like,
I think
stop,
it's a
you're
goof
that-
now. It's a goof now, right? Like
That would
then
be
you
the-
can just come up with more and more weird names for yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Co, as someone who obviously has a Patreon and familiar with the system, I would be very surprised with how, knowing what, the bits and the sub and the percentages that Twitch has been taking for the longest time on all the platform stuff that they have, Patreon takes very, 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 very little on each dollar. So it would have to be like
$2.50 or a hard 10%.
really?
And you'd be good. Yeah, I mean, the other thing you have to think about is like you're not on the platform yet, so for you, any money gained is money that you didn't have before. So yeah, 100%. I would agree that you could probably start decently low, and most people would be into it.
Absolutely, I think they could do it. So, but I mean, Twitch, of course, the bit program unfortunately showed that Twitch definitely has some more research to do on the proper split. No question, as many of us have been and still are very vocal about. But I mean, that's the kind of thing, if they were to redo the subsystem, they could still make a huge amount of income off a low percentage on a system like that. Because you have to remember, most streamers have a Patreon now. Not all of them, of course, but, well, I don't want to say most, but many streamers have
amount.
Patreons.
Yeah.
Many streamers have Patreons. Every dollar that goes to Patreon, that goes to GameWisp. I mean, think of the company GameWisp. GameWisp is a company formed off making money where Twitch isn't.
Right.
They're making probably hundreds of thousands of dollars just because Twitch hasn't developed systems for us to use in Twitch.
Did you just find that website, or are you part owner?
No. GameWisp is the Twitch.
I don't use
tie-in.
GameWisp.
Yeah, they have a tie-in.
I think it's so ridiculous when you go to a con and there's the giant Twitch booth, and then right behind them is GameWisp. It's like a lamprey on the side of a fish. You know, those spiked fish with the round the Twitch shark sucking its blood because Twitch is working on other stuff, and it's like. I'm really surprised that a higher up at Twitch isn't like, why are we losing all this money? Like this is all our money.
The interesting part.
The reason this money is being spent is on our service. So why aren't we developing what we need to get that money, at least a part of it, to us?
Yeah. The best part about GameWisp is that they actually have like sub tie-ins. So like if you subscribe on Twitch, that applies to your GameWisp account. So you actually get extra rewards via GameWisp for the content creator. So like you can give away. And
for the record, I am not knocking GameWisp. It's brilliant. They're filling a gap that's not there. Like I think I think that it's the kind of thing that hopefully Twitch like buys GameWisp and then integrates all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
anyway. Somebody brought up a good point. They probably don't want to do that because regardless of what the terms and service have, I'm gonna die. Streamer A is like, I will buy you a cat if you do $100 a month, and then they don't give a cat, and then person who does that complains to Twitch directly and is like, won't give me a cat, and he promised me.
I mean, the legalities of it.
One little disclaimer at the top of the thing: Twitch is not. It's just like giveaways and sub giveaways.
You think that's gonna change shit?
Twitch is not responsible for any of the stuff that you do.
It didn't work with Minecraft. Everybody got butthurt about that to the point where Minecraft. Yeah,
but Minecraft's a little butts anyway. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
What do you think Twitch is, bro? It's like 50% little butts.
I feel like 20 to 30% little butt. Okay. I mean, my point is, Tucker, it's workable.
It is workable. They could do it.
It is, yeah, 100%. Did you guys know that Beam has like a loyalty system to it, like an XP system for streams?
Beam? What's Beam?
Beam is the company that
streaming service that Microsoft bought recently. There are some very telling little signs that they may be like slowly in the background developing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, here's Beam, come make your money, folks. Like there's
interesting.
Yeah, and Microsoft spent a good amount of money on Beam too. This is not a cheap venture for them. So they may be actually trying to make some headway in streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot of good stuff there. Something else that I guess just launched today, according to the dateline on this Streamer News article, you can now watch ads to earn bits on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Talking about that.
Careful, JP. You need to make sure whenever you say that it's region restricted right now.
Oh, to what
Only
region?
Like U.S., Canada, or something?
I don't know the regions, but I remembered that we had a discussion in my chat this morning. Actually, funny enough, a lot of people were tossing me like 25, 50 bits. One of my mods even sent me like 190 bits, and like I earned these off watching ads.
What?
Awesome.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Like, it's pretty serious. But I don't know
it's a
how
lot.
much you have to. And other people were actually a good amount of people were saying that like I don't see those options. I don't know where this is.
Yeah.
So here's something
the list.
going on with
also,
that. This
if
is the
you're
country
one
list.
of the people that makes it so that your subscribers don't see ads, when are they going to see an ad to get a bit?
Yeah, so that's
no. It's a separate thing.
It's a separate thing.
Have to go and watch. It's like,
oh, okay.
Click here and just autoplay this shit.
Click here and walk away and make a sandwich, and then
I'm not telling you to use another tab.
Look, I don't want to give anyone an idea. Yeah, fucking. Here's gonna be
Reddit's
mining.
Really good.
Here's gonna be mining bits. Like get the newest ATI card and just mine some bits.
JP,
oh shit!
JP,
bit mining.
Turn off the stream. We're gonna get a computer bank of little kids and tablets, and they're gonna sit there and watch ads. And we're gonna lock them.
Look, don't give Phantom Lord a new idea for a slave shop in China, Jericho. Stop it. All right?
No, Mexico is currently where he's
Mexico, is that cheaper? God. Okay, that's why he went. Yeah. Now we know. He's ahead of the game.
Bit farming.
Can you guys imagine what's that thing that you can devote your processing power to like help cure cancer?
Oh,
no, it's the thing.
But Bitcoin.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name. It's on PS3.
It's like, let's see, cure cancer, earn Twitch bits. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not both?
It's a lot of bits.
Yeah. But it's a cool thing that they're actually adding stuff to it. Apparently, Streamer News watched a 30-second ad and got 10 bits.
Huh.
That's not bad.
That's a pretty high that's an absurd, considering like in my best estimates on like YouTube, I'm maybe making a tenth of a cent to like maybe a fifth of a cent per ad watch per person.
Yeah.
Like getting 10 cents, quote unquote, for watching an ad. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So it says watch a 30-second ad and you'll receive free bits. Most viewers will get 5, but a lucky few will get 25 or even 100. People are literally going to mine that. They're literally going to sit there on a fucking computer and have a little macro that auto clicks watch ad and just get a shit ton of bits.
That?
But see, here's the best part.
Advertisers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Tucker just nailed it. Does Twitch care?
I guess
Hell
everyone
no.
wins.
They're not the
right?
ones that care about the ads and who watches them. They're in the same boat we are. Like they're the ones interfacing with the people paying that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Twitch doesn't care, and that's great. That's great.
I guess everyone wins at that point, except
Yeah,
for the
totally.
people in China and Mexico. That
There you go. $12 an hour if you watch. Oh my God, JP, I'm quitting streaming, making an alternate account. I'm just gonna fucking watch ads all day,
dude.
And then donate bits to yourself.
What if you made news?
It's like Tucker 1 has cheered you 1,200. Tucker 2 has cheered you 1,200.
Oh
I'm
my
actually
God.
gonna stream myself watching
shit.
bit videos, make $12 an hour, and then have tips rolling at the same time.
Wait a second. There's no limit?
No, I don't. I'm like, this is actually going to
$12
happen.
an hour is
Daily
above
limit
like
of bits you can
minimum
make.
wage in some states.
Yeah, but you're not earning it. That's just money to give to other people. But
that's true. But if you're a partner,
all right,
Yeah.
if you're a partner doing that full time, that's a little. I mean, maybe
That's a
stream's
little-
not for you.
Tucker, have you seen Twitch? Have you seen some streams on Twitch? Skeeviness doesn't even occur to some people's brains.
Yeah,
Like-
but I'm sure I could get $12 an hour twerking.
and again, it's important to mention we're not talking about what you should do, but what you can
What
do.
you can do,
Okay,
yes,
right.
yes.
You can.
Like,
Morality
we're not
is out the
telling
window
people
right now.
You go sign up 100 accounts on Amazon's free trial, then cancel them after you sub to someone. We're not telling you to
Yes.
do that. You can do that.
You can though.
You could though.
You could.
You can also murder people in my booth, Co.
You could. You could also just take advantage. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He already went too far. You can't go any farther than
It's like,
that.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. What else was announced during the keynote? Was there any the Twitch Prime, VODs,
Twitch Prime,
sub
loyalty
badges?
Bot uploads.
I had the
with-
list.
Yeah, with Twitch Prime you get like get like game loot.
Yeah,
Each
that's
month
good.
it'll change. So
What is that exactly?
that's fun.
You get like a Tyrande Hearthstone's hero.
Yeah.
It's
It's
actually
just like a reskin though, right?
yeah, it's actually kind of weird because the ad for Twitch Prime is like right on the side of Twitch's webpage, right
Yeah.
here.
well,
You get
Tyrande,
this.
Streamline with 24 pieces of Prime exclusive gear and an exclusive Twitch boss Ymir skin in
Yeah.
Smite.
You just get a
I-
Now,
code.
is that something that's going to happen every single month?
Yes.
Yeah, they'll change it up every month, so it'll be different loot.
That's
every
why
month.
it's a crazy
That's cool
program,
idea.
right? That's great.
It's a really good. Like, imagine if Overwatch is like 3 free crates or 10 crates,
Oh my god, imagine that.
right? Or like, you know,
all of a sudden, JP's like, wait a second, this is a gold mine.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, not just like smaller indie games and stuff, but like they got Blizzard for their opening month. Like, if that's the level of quality of content we can get, like I'm all for it. Even harder than I was before, which is pretty hard. So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
rock hard, and now I'm like diamond hard.
Shit.
Shit.
Damn.
Probably call it doctor.
This point, you
HTML.
need
It
to
hasn't
Oh,
been 4 hours yet.
Weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
No.
HTML5 was now available for everyone. That's good. What else was there?
Oh, quality options.
Or transcoding.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
That was a big one. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, this could be 100% wrong. Is it true that non-partnered streamers now have quality options?
That's what they were saying. Yes.
They're trying to roll it
lot
out
of
to like
them.
everybody.
That's
right?
big.
Yeah.
How many did they
That's
say?
great.
Monday is 3 times the current So on 2 days ago was 3 times the current capabilities, and the next few months they're looking for 10 times the current capabilities. So non-partners will have some 10 times the current number of non-partners will have transcodes as well moving forward. Also,
That's great for new partners, man.
did they fucking finally get away from? Nope, it still is for some reason on medium, low, high, and source, which means absolutely nothing. Like, just fucking
What do you
like
get with? It's like, just give me the resolution you're gonna output. Just
yeah,
why?
and that's in the presentation they had that. It
I saw
said
that.
1080p 60s, 1080p 30, like they had that. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
They have the new auto host mode, which I've actually
I've been
it's
using that
good.
a lot. Actually,
It's good. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
It's great. I've definitely seen a bump in my views. I I have to attribute that to auto hosting because they correlated.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's been cool. I like knowing that, especially since I use Revlo. It's been really cool. Like my viewers have just stuck around and chat like all the time. So they're like, cool. If you're hosting somebody, we get per bucks. Don't make fun of me. That's the name of the currency in my chat.
It
Anyways,
works. It's branded. Good.
But, yeah,
I have seen, because I got hosted last night by a couple people, and the host numbers were completely fucked. It was saying like you've been hosted for
The host numbers are completely screwed.
You've been
up.
hosted for 24 viewers, and then my viewership shot up like 1,000. I'm like,
that happened to me. TB auto hosted me, and it was like Total Biscuit has hosted you for up to 24 viewers, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's like a small auto host. I'm cool with that. And then it turned out that it was like 4,000.
yeah.
Never
That's a little
mind.
broken
My
right
bad.
now. Yeah. Cole, you made a face when we were talking about hosting. Still not a fan?
Yeah, I'm still not a fan, but here's the deal. It's because I do things that very few casters do, and I can't expect Twitch to cater to that, and that is the safe for work stuff. It's really hard for me to host other streams when people that are in my chat room. There's two big issues with hosting right now. One, there's absolutely no barrier that I can implement between people. Like if I host someone, it would be ideal if, first of all, if they had a mature thing that it popped up, which I don't believe it does still, at least it didn't used to. But more importantly, that people have to like, hey, Co has hosted someone. Would you like to watch them? Click here. Like, until they have, and again, I don't even, you very rarely hear me even talk about this because I don't want to complain about it because I'm in like the 1% and I never expect Twitch to change. But until I get something like that, it's not really something I can do.
That's interesting. That's an issue I hadn't thought about.
I've tried hosting a lot, and I've gotten so much negative feedback from my community. Like it's
you just host Zeke, and he goes, "Fucking shit, fucking you unhost," and he just
unhost, fuck.
Yeah. Most importantly, you know, like I'll never forget. I got a message from a mom, and she was like, you know, I don't do Twitch much, but I really enjoyed you.
Oh man.
But no, I was trying to watch you yesterday, and the second I opened your stream, some guy was talking about how his penis was too big for his girlfriend's vagina, and I didn't really know how to deal with it. And but it wasn't you, so I'm really confused. Like it became one of the most awkward conversations because her daughter was in the room.
Right.
And it's like,
I'd have been like,
I thought I could count on you
woman.
to be a safe for work streamer, but this confused. And after I saw it, I was like, you know what? I need to wait on this. Like this, I'm not quite to the point where I can do this hosting thing. But until it gets to that point, which I hope it will. And again, all I'm asking for is like a checkbox, like, you know, please put a barrier in front of watching hosted streams or something. But again, there's so few of us that actually do this. I'd rather Twitch focus their resources somewhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't ask for it, so.
It's definitely a unique problem, but a problem regardless for sure.
Yeah, this and like the RPs I'm on are pretty much the only thing I host. That's it. And I have warnings everywhere.
Yeah. It's just giant red flags across the site. Yeah. I understand. I don't know how would you fix that though? Like
the best thing to do would put like all we need
stream overlay or something.
Go into a stream that's mature and it says this broadcaster has mature content. Would you like to watch it? I just need that for hosting.
Oh, they don't have that.
Oh, by default, because 99% of streamers don't need this. But I would go into my profile and check that. You know, place barrier for hosting. That's all I need, and that way the person would read like, "This is not Co. Do you still want to watch them?"
Yeah, that seems like a simple fix too. Like you would think. Again, I have no idea how
you
any
would
of that
think,
works.
But it's probably a lot more difficult than we think. So,
sure. Yeah.
Again, I'm not even asking for it. I'd rather Twitch focus somewhere else.
One of the other things that was in the opening keynote of TwitchCon was that 166 million bits had been cheered so far, which roughly translates to what, $1.6 million dollars, which I don't know. What are you guys surprised by that number? Is that
that ain't going into my pocket. Who's got those bits?
Yeah. How long has bits been a thing? When did that launch? Do you guys remember? Was that
PAX, right after PAX East?
It's been up for a few months, right?
So PAX East was March, so 6 months?
No, I don't think it was 6. I don't think it was 6 months. Maybe it was ETH. No, it was definitely before that.
It's been a few months for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the people in the beta program like the original closed beta program had it for a couple of months before it became an open beta program,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, you're right.
So it's definitely been more than 3. I have consistently seen people using bits.
Yeah,
for
we were
sure.
talking about this. I remember. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I haven't heard a single streamer be like, "Man, fuck bits. I get so much extra money a month. I'm so fucking upset." Like, I haven't seen anyone say that, right? So
I hate money.
yeah. For Jericho and Co. Like, yeah, I think that bits has been, for the most part, most broadcasters have benefited from it, but it's still a thing where we're just kind of like, yeah, but it'd be nice if there was more. I don't know what
It's
more
not done.
is. Yeah.
It isn't done.
Dude, we talked about this. I mean, when we had Bobby on the show, the guy who created bits,
Yeah.
we established there was not enough value in bits for the split currently. There's a lot more features that need to be developed and implemented before it becomes something that, hey, I only have X dollars. I'm willing to give almost a third of it to Twitch to participate in this system. There's not enough reason to do that yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And until there is, here's the thing. I will gladly accept bits. And if my viewers want to play with bits, more power to you. That's great.
Yeah.
Will I ever tell my viewers to get bits?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. I can't in good faith say that.
I mean,
Because when these people are giving, $20, $30, $50, they're wanting to tip their favorite streamer. They're wanting to get that to the streamer. They don't want to give a significant portion to a $1 billion corporation to give the rest to me. That's, or anyone who they're doing it to.
Right.
But again, the thing is, they do have more stuff coming, and it's awesome that this ad stuff is happening and the Twitch RPG surveys. These are all steps in the right direction. But what we need now is for the people who aren't going to do the ad surveys, who are not going to do the Twitch RPG surveys and not going to watch ads. What benefit do they get for buying bits besides a cool icon next to the name and a fun animated icon?
Right.
There has to be more.
I'm kind of torn on this because I understand them sort of introducing it to the ecosystem without a whole lot of things to do with it. Just so that people can kind of get used to the idea of what it is and how to use it, and then them slowly giving them more and more ways to use bits. Like I sort of understand that, rather than being like, here's bits and you can use it in all of these different ways, and then have it crash and burn and have to like reassess everything.
It
right?
is there is a sense of the community needs to learn how this tool operates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
because even now, I mean, if they have been out for say 6 months, if that's the correct number of months,
Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I still, every single time somebody uses bits in my chat, I have at least 1 or 2 people being like, so what the fuck are these again? How does this work? Right?
Yeah.
It's not a thing that was immediately understood by everybody. It's not something that immediately was on everybody's radar, even with the thing that pops up in chat being like, hey, by the way, did you know that bits are a thing?
Yeah.
Well, and oh, that's my buddy Torque. But another thing is, and I got to say this, when I saw that number of bits that they were kind of blowing up at TwitchCon, I was like, that's cool. Now imagine if the split was to a point where your broadcasters were behind it too. I looked at that number and I said, there could have been extra zeros on that if you guys would have played your cards right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just one big caster could have made a huge difference. And it's like, it really makes me wonder, because the split is making them a huge amount of money. No question.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
as many bits have been sold and the split that they get, they're making a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
But if they were making less per transaction, but had significantly more transactions, they could theoretically have a less split and be making more money.
Exactly,
It's like
yeah.
everyone could be winning. Twitch could be getting more money. We could be getting more money. We could be pushing them.
I
You
mean,
also
we'd
gotta
be pushing
realize-
it just as much as we're pushing Amazon or Twitch Prime.
Exactly.
Tucker, go ahead.
The problem is that there's costs that come from making this online currency and having transactions. Like, I'm pretty sure that if there's any transaction that happens through Apple, they take 40% or charge 40%, period. Like, that's it. So like, I mean, don't quote me on that. There's probably different numbers, but there's like inherent transaction fees that come with Twitch having to process this. So there is a point where it's like they won't be able to reduce it anymore, and it might be right now. Like, they haven't come out and say it, but what if they came out and said, like, there literally is no way we can reduce this, period. So we have to add features more to make up for it because like we would be paying out of pocket. Like that very well could be a situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just got to keep that in mind as well.
I see what you're saying, but the current split, it's exceptionally hard to believe that that's the case of the current split. I feel like you could cut the current split in half.
Apple and Google are
still have trouble believing that. But then again, I mean, but here's the thing with Apple and Google and stuff like that. That's easy for them to cut out or do in different ways, or even just say, sorry, we want to make money on this system, so you can't use it on Apple phones. And guess what? It'd still probably be wildly popular.
Yeah.
But it's like still, I mean, it's the majority of viewers are, well, actually, there is no majority of viewers because it is pretty evenly split from what I heard last between mobile and desktop. But that being said, I without them being public about this information, we could just go back and forth like this literally for the rest of the show. And it's like, this is the information I wish we had, Tucker. I wish they'd say.
Oh, everybody does, yeah.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. I mean, maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's with the split the way it is, it's really hard to think that that's the case.
Yeah,
even if it is.
Agree. I'm just saying that there is some cost that we don't know that they have to shoulder. And I wish I knew it. Because then it would either shut everybody up or it would make everybody like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, reduce this to 10%. So, but we don't know. And they will probably never tell us because that makes sense for them.
The normal argument is, why don't you just copy PayPal?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
PayPal's making a lot
then
of
again,
money.
it's Twitch isn't a bank, right? So
That's true.
There's
That's
always
true.
that aspect.
Also true.
But then why aren't you twice of PayPal? That'd still be less.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it just kind of goes up and up and up.
Sure. The other thing that I was actually really surprised and super happy to see with the Twitch Prime stuff is when someone subscribes to you, it says subscribe to Twitch Prime, and you can click Twitch Prime. You can't click a bit to understand what the fuck that is. You just think it's some weird fucking icon in chat.
No, that's true. I've thought about that before too. Like you can't click on bits. There's nothing that like
it's just a weird
what a bit is.
fucking thing. It's like, what the fuck? You got 100 of this weird looking moving thing. I don't know what that means. And then someone will inevitably ask, what the fuck does that mean?
Already, you can click on the Twitch Prime icon and it goes right to the
exactly.
Twitch Prime.
Yeah. Yep. Like 3 days after that launched. So they should maybe implement that as well. That might help. What else was there? I was wondering how we were going to see Curse in the keynote, if at all. And we saw them in the sense that they have
forgot about that.
They now have the Twitch infused color and emotes on Curse, and that was that, and that's all. So
there is some very exciting stuff coming.
Yeah.
With Curse?
I hope that
I don't know dick about Curse, like how to utilize it or what.
It's like Discord, but more intertwined.
More
with Twitch.
integrated with a significantly larger audience.
Yeah.
What the fuck? There's no way the monthly user base of Curse voice is
Tucker.
larger.
Think about it, Tucker.
Curse, not Curse.
Oh.
Curse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say. I don't know anybody.
Very different.
Voice
very different.
But okay, the thing is it's like depending on how it's handled, like that audience is actually double if they play. I mean, the audience is the same if they play their cards right. That's all on their side on how to utilize that. They have the reach of millions, though.
I mean, but reach doesn't matter if your product is the same as like Discord. How are they going to make it better than Discord when realistically Discord already does everything that a lot of us wanted to do very well?
Because there's things Discord isn't doing yet.
Okay, and that's great, and I hope that they implement it. But like, even then, like even if it's screen sharing or video calling or any of these things, TeamSpeak didn't have any of that. And you know, TeamSpeak is still a huge player in the space. I guess maybe I'm a little bit perturbed at how they've handled the whole Discord thing by removing them from TwitchCon like very quickly, and then just saying like you can never take part in any Twitch sponsored event, which I get.
Real quick, that is not what happened.
Okay.
That is not what happened. There was the Discord big party, which was promoted like that. That Twitch is not shrugging off Discord. Discord is a third-party company that is looking to interface with Twitch. It would be suicide for Twitch to try to bar them from their.
But that's.
I had a Twitch employee tell me directly that the reason Discord wasn't at TwitchCon had nothing to do with Curse.
Interesting. That is not what the company told me. So that's why it's very interesting to hear that from that side as well.
Somebody
Who is correct?
Who lied?
Nobody knows.
Let's we can chat after the show, Tucker.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, either way, I don't care. Competition's great. Give me another VoIP service. So
Yeah.
works for me, man.
Yeah. I agree. And then since we are, for some reason, we're dropping frames on drop frames. That's the first time that's ever happened.
That's so meta. I can't.
We lasted 101 episodes, and then it finally happened.
I was dropping frames all morning, man.
Really? It's probably Time Warner Cable being assholes then.
Probably.
4.1 million friends, which means that they just clicked friends and then did what everyone else does and never used. Like,
Never use it.
Never use it again.
do you guys use friends? Like,
No. I don't even know what to do with it. Like, what does it do? Does it do anything?
I think you can see if someone is watching a stream. I think it'll say like
There's
so
like a little green dot next to people if they're like on the site? Question mark? Is that
Maybe.
what's happening?
If they are active and
Not
not
there?
passive, if you're watching a stream, it is green. But if you aren't and you're sitting on your dashboard, it's orange. It's so confusing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
They need to work.
Sure.
They need to figure out what the fuck friends are for.
They're gonna integrate it into Curse voice, and you can,
Probably.
you can
No.
talk to people on the chat. It's gonna be great.
Gosh.
You click it and it just calls someone. That'll be good.
Oh my god!
While playing World of Warcraft, while watching a stream and downloading Minecraft mods, it's gonna be gorgeous.
There you go.
Top D of the month can
Everything's coming
directly.
together. Everything's working. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
gonna happen.
Just to clear this up in chat, because people are now trolling at this point. Yes, I am sponsored by Curse. Full
And he's sponsored by Discord.
Jericho is also sponsored
And
by
me
Curse.
and Dodger were just kind of like, so
Now
Brooke,
keep
how's
in
your day
mind
going?
that also means
Go on.
technically these days that I'm sponsored by Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
It's a weird thing.
And it's a weird situation.
That is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real
Who's
odd
sponsored
thing.
by Skype? JP? No?
Nope. Come on. Who would ever do that? Sponsored by Skype? You fucking kidding me? And then I guess the last thing is the new channel layout, which went live 2 or 3 days prior to TwitchCon, and apparently the internet lost its shit over it. Like, people went crazy.
I think it looks great.
I like it too. I know a couple of people who have complained about the banner, like scrolling up takes you to
Yeah.
a banner and nobody uses banners
I mean,
on Twitch.
I think
Yeah.
Cohh can speak. He's not a fan. We were talking about it before the show. Yeah.
Wait, why aren't you a fan?
I'm not a fan. I think that it's a lot of it's unnecessary. I think that in some browsers it still doesn't work, and I think if you're going to make a change like that, it's really important that you put your best foot forward. I think it was sprung on us. I think we should have been told early about it so we could get our graphics and stuff set up on it. But most
my
importantly, the thing that I got to say is like I don't understand for a second what the banner is for. Like, that banner drives me.
I don't know why the banners
It's
are up.
like,
I
why,
think
if you go to a stream and it's live, and now it actually scrolls down. It didn't do that when it was first released. I don't know if you guys knew that. You'd go to a page and it would load the banner at the top, and then you'd have to scroll down to see the whole video.
I don't know what the banner is. I was just pumped that they added that top bar and like with
And when
all
you-
the valid.
yeah, and when you scroll down, the bar stays at the top. I like
you
that
don't
a
get
lot.
lonely. I love it.
Yeah, that's why.
But I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna redesign the base experience of a product, this is something you want to spend a lot of time on. You want to get partner feedback. You want to get them prepped for it. And it felt like this was kind of rushed. They just were kind of like, hey, new homepage, boom, enjoy it.
Honest question. What besides the banner change that you think this is such a huge deal that you're like, I can't deal with it?
No, for the record, I'm not like that.
Okay.
It's not a huge.
No, there are
deal.
also other people out there.
There are other people.
I agree
yeah.
that the banner is not necessary, but like, what exactly are you not a fan of outside of that?
But the things are all kind of moved around. A lot of people had overlays and offline screens that were designed to point at different elements of the overlay.
that's-
Those were all hosed.
So that's
mine.
just
It's actually
standard
one of them.
Twitch shit
I had some
where they
stuff on
didn't-
that too.
Oh
The
yeah,
VODs
that's true. Because normally when I'm streaming, I'm like, you can hit the little heart button down
Yeah.
there.
I have a
Not
graphic
there
that is
anymore.
like, click here to follow, but it's actually up there now. yeah.
That's pretty.
but
funny.
and I mean, you guys are right. These are little things, so they're not a big deal. But again, I just feel like if they're gonna be making fundamental changes to the way that we essentially have our user experience, we should have choice over it too. It would have been nice if there was a period where there was like, hey, would you like to use the new interface or stick to classic? You know, like there's all sorts of things that they could have done to make this transition better, to give a chance to I don't know. But again, this is all small stuff, so whatever.
I know that this, like, as the people who have to utilize it, this always sucks to hear, but like rolling something out in a big way is the best way for them to get a lot of information back and fix it.
Or secretly or announcing a thing that they wanted to keep on the down low. Like if they told 5,000 partnered streamers that they're revamping and here's the revamp, this is what it looks like.
That's gotta get out.
Next hour, there's gonna be articles written.
You saw what happened when they did that with Bits. Literally every streamer 24 hours was like, oh man, you got some big stuff coming. I know some big stuff happening tomorrow, you guys. It's like, okay, cool. But like, I understand what you're saying, Jericho, for sure.
Stop dropping shit out of random though. Come on, man. Let us in. I want to work with you.
Yeah, we loved it. We love giving feedback for sure. And so reach out to us. And they do a decent job at that as well. It's not like they don't reach out to partners about that stuff.
I think the whole thing could have been prevented with a grace period of letting us choose when to switch to the new overlay.
Right.
Sure. And then just saying,
and then when we got all our stuff set up, cool, pull the hammer, and even set a time limit. If you're not switched over by October 31st, we're manually switching you over. Just like PayPal did when they introduced their new interface.
Yeah, they have done that before with like, hey, would you like to try our new beta layout?
Yeah.
I think they've done stuff like that on Twitch before. So
and
you're
I think
right.
Stream just went down.
Stream's still live. The ingest.
Okay. Oh, we're back. Okay, just a huge spike.
I think the ingest server is blipping a little bit.
That's my favorite, dude.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I fucking love ingest servers.
I think the one that I'm usually connected to has the most issues out of all of them in the US apparently. So
it's not VA, is it?
No. It's Dallas. So that's probably why.
And here I thought mine had the most issues. So maybe everyone's has the most issues.
Maybe so.
The worst.
Oh, everyone sucks then. Maybe when one has issue, they all suck. I don't know.
Maybe they just all suck. How about that?
They might all just suck. Funny enough, my roommate when I lived in Plano worked at the company that was the server host for Twitch. And so anytime there was issues, I'd be like, hey, what's going on with the farm right now? And he'd get it. He'd be like, oh yeah, it's doing the XXX. It's like, all right. He's like, yeah, we'll work on that in the next couple hours. Like, okay, thanks. So I had like a direct line to that anytime I would fuck up, which was nice. Yeah, it was nice. We're going a little bit long here, but I do want to ask the hard question. What sucked about TwitchCon? Like what? Because for me, my immediate reaction.
Those sweet views.
I understand that. For me, one thing that I saw, and this is very well, I guess it's minor, but it might just be my own take. I went back and watched a lot of the panels that I was on. There was zero moderation in the chat while I was on these panels. Some panels had really good moderation. The ones that I was on, not the case. And that really sucked. And it's probably because most of the global mods were at TwitchCon or most of the people that do modding for specific channels were at TwitchCon. So I understand why. But like during the drop frames panel, it was it wasn't the most, it was YouTube comments basically, just nonstop in chat. But I guess that's my biggest criticism, which is kind of
I wanted to say, wow, that bad.
Yeah.
That's just how far YouTube's gone for comments.
Yeah. That's kind of a cop-out answer because it's not directly related to TwitchCon, but what about the rest of you?
I mean, I really have a trouble finding like a negative like that comes off the top of the head. The only ones that I didn't like love was, and this is super petty, not petty, but just like it's unnecessary to pick at it, but like all of the like the Twitch, what was it, the Twitch yearly that they had at the end of the end of the con, et cetera, like a lot of these felt like they were trying to make it like more produced and like very rigid with like a set like almost a word. They had like scene of action playing like 30-second music clips in between like random like so somebody funny. Would be standing there at the podium waiting to talk and he's just singing and everybody's like
dude, there's a group of us on the far right side that like someone would walk out and scene of action, great broadcaster, fantastic stuff, watching stuff, would just fucking blast some fucking crazy music as someone walks out and they would just stare at him as it's just destroying everyone's ears. And it just stops and the guy's like, hey, I'm here to talk to you about this.
But yeah, it
so
was
funny.
just like, and then like Wheat and them had to like were reading very heavily off of cards, where I felt like when he was up there the first year, it was very much like, I have my bullet points, I'm gonna talk to you. And this one was like, we have prepared all of the highlights and we need to jam into an hour, and
Sure.
we're gonna read them as fast as possible.
The first year was kind of like DJ Wheat was channeling Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Very much so.
Second year felt a little bit more like he was selling something to a boardroom.
As someone that knows Marcus, he actually is like the biggest Steve Jobs fan. So he was
like
100% channeling him the first year.
Yeah, yeah, but I agree. Like the second year, I remember tuning into the keynote. I wasn't able to make it, and I do like. I remember a lot of times and sometimes just look down and read off the cards. Like they weren't even like glancing at them. They were just like, "All right." And next up we have and it's kind of like, "Oh."
I think some of
different.
that. Yeah,
but it's understand. I mean, they got a lot of shit going on over there.
Exactly.
So I understand. Yeah.
I also think that some of that
This is different.
might have been that Wheat at the end of TwitchCon got really emotional last year, and it looked kind of weird. But also, it kind of looked kind of good.
Oh, poor Wheat.
But like, there was a couple times during the final, the Twitch Yearly or whatever I think was the actual name that Tucker said. He got pretty much like right on the cusp of not being able to talk. And I think if he didn't have those cards, it would have been like a complete shit show. So I agree with you. Like it was a little bit unfortunate that they just constantly read the cards. But at the same time, if they didn't have those, it could have been a completely different experience, most likely for the worse. But yeah. There's got to be an in-between for sure.
Yeah. Also the roasts, man. Like we gotta stop with these ones. Like
one of them was good, one of them was terrible.
One of them was 50% good, 50% terrible, and the other one was just not good.
Tucker,
on, man,
for someone who missed both roasts, tell us about both roasts.
Were you at them, Tucker? I was at both.
I caught the transition of Wheats, and I was like, good thing I missed the beginning and the end because it was really long. And
yeah, it was like 3.5.
I was not there, but I caught up a little bit of the VOD, and after 5 minutes I left because it was not.
The second one, I was in the crowd. There was multiple moments where I literally wanted to just pull my skin off. I could not, like. Oh, I was talking about this yesterday on Court of Swords. Like this is an actual fucking comment, a quote joke that was said when someone went up there. Hey DP, how was the courtroom? Did you get custody of your kids? And it's not that that's too far for a roast. That's not a fucking joke. That's just a statement. You literally just made a statement about someone going to a courtroom to get custody of their kids. That's it.
What's fucked is
was that like a private joke, or is he?
No, that was on stage in front of everyone on stream.
And so like that's one of those things. Like even if your best friend is there, it's just like that's like a hey. So like, how was the court date? Like
yeah, that's
coffee.
That's how you would deliver it if like you were literally interested in how it went, but you were also kind of like, hey, did you get the kids? Like, oh, and it was that for an hour.
Fucking bye.
There were
bye forever.
Oh, it was rough.
And it was just like if you've ever seen Comedy Central's roast, they don't even have flawless roasts. Like people will bomb, and these are professional comedians, and it's like you're roasting your friend and you still fuck up, and this is your job. Why are we getting people like us up there, man?
Comedy Central also has actual comedians that write like that's Comedy Central's roasts are scripted. A lot of people don't understand that. And I think a lot of the stuff like. I felt that Wheat's roast, and maybe I'm biased because Wheat's a friend and everyone else that was on the panel was my friend, but I felt like there were moments of like, it was actually pretty comical. There was some pretty good stuff said.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard good things about Wheat's roast. Funny enough, I heard nothing about Vixen's roast. But
but like, there was some weird pedophilia jokes in Vixen's roast, and like a lot of jokes talking about how it was like, it's weird that she was successful with an A cup and like just some really weird commentary where I was like, that's just not funny. That's just kind of fucked up.
The problem is like you can't tell these people like all right, dude, no holds bars, like roast me, and then be like, well, that was too PC. But at the same time, like if you're gonna go non, you gotta like really be funny at it. Like you can't just be like, you got small titties, and it's like
you're gonna fucking make a joke, make it fucking funny.
Yeah.
Right? Like
but To be fair,
I,
it is a challenge to get up in front of that audience, which is a tough audience, I will say.
Yes.
Because some of the jokes were actually funny, and both of them. There was definitely some spotlight jokes, and the crowd still didn't react in the way that they should have. In the fact of no one laughed, it was just kind of crickets for the most part. And I think it was because most of the people that were at Vixen's roast, which was right before Twitch Yearly at the very end, the second to last thing that was shown, were
didn't
there
know
to
it.
watch Twitch Yearly, not to see Miss Vixen roasted. So
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the problem is you gotta, and like even with Marcus, it's like a lot of people just know him as the guy that stands on stage sometimes, not like Marcus or not even as, DJ Wheat. So it's like if you don't
Right.
have that knowledge of the person, then you're not gonna laugh at jokes that are gonna be like subtle digs. You're gonna have to do some weird shit.
yeah, I will say also
Um,
for Wheat's roast, it was late enough in the night on Friday that the people that were there for the roast, and there was
Yes.
not as many people there compared to Vixen's roast because of the time differential. But Brooke, you were gonna
Yeah. I think you nailed a lot of it, JP. And I think someone earlier mentioned this about the professionalism aspect. I've been on one of DP's roasts.
yeah,
And
that's right.
It is very daunting. Like I've done a lot of stuff in public. I used to act and do stuff like that. But even then, like the combined stress of being in front of thousands of people I'm not a stand-up comic. Having like every single thing I'd say, I was like, did that land? Did that land? Like it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. So, I mean, a lot of people in chat were saying like, do away with the roasts. DP knows what he's doing. Like he can structure it really well. Maybe like, and he also lets the roastee a lot of times pick who roasts him.
Exactly.
So it's like
that happened
it's
both
kind
times.
of a weird situation where DP's a professional stand-up comic. He does stand up on Twitch, and it's like he's giving the roastees, you pick who you're comfortable with, not who's good, but who you're
Right.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, that's
all
weird.
these little situations that can lead to these little problems. But I don't think for a second that people should say don't do roasts anymore. If anything, there's ways you can change them, but the concept is nothing else on Twitch is like them.
Right,
So
100%.
it's a cool idea. And like people are saying, Wheats apparently went pretty well. So
It was pretty
maybe
good.
just a little bit more refined, maybe a little bit more prep,
We
like rehearsals and stuff, maybe. I don't know.
If
But
you're a fan of Wheat or someone that was on that panel, they are worth watching because some of the stuff that was said will apply to you comically and you will understand it and ultimately have a good laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooke, you were gonna comment?
Oh, I was gonna switch it up to a different feedback.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's cool. I was gonna say, and I wouldn't say that this is something that was bad about TwitchCon. This was just feedback that I was intending on giving them about TwitchCon in general. Was I would have loved to see more women on the industry panels. I wasn't given an opportunity to be on an industry panel, and I didn't see any other of the featured, like lady featured guests really get to be on them. I was given more opportunities to be, a goofball on stage, and that's fine. That's totally my wheelhouse. But like it, it would have been cool to see more women in the industry panels in general.
Sure.
I know Cohen and I or Pocket was on the panel with us, but
and she did great.
yeah, well, of course, but like I mean, that's something that always needs to be worked on, especially when you have all these panels and a lot of them are industry geared,
Yeah. And I know that it's also difficult because just like as a point of fact, we don't have nearly as many women as top streamers as there are men. But yeah, just to like have the opportunity to be involved in that conversation, I think would be cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's something I think everybody unanimously agrees on.
Yep, for sure.
So, but Dodger, would that be on Twitch to pull more women into those panels, or do you mean you wish more women ran those panels?
I would say just from like the perspective of one of the guests of TwitchCon, it felt like most of us were not really asked what we're interested in doing panels wise. We were just kind of given like, here's your schedule, here's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that next time it would be cool to be asked like, what sort of stuff are you interested in doing? And I know that that's hard to,
I think some of that was done.
do all of the stuff.
I think some of that was done during a survey, but a lot of like,
I
I
had
think
to
the
sign up for that panel.
yeah, I think the understanding of the survey wasn't clear enough to a lot of broadcasters that like this survey will determine on what you're doing at TwitchCon. It was like, hey, fill out this survey because we'd love to work with you at TwitchCon. It's
Right.
not. You need to put what you want to do on here. Like it wasn't.
Right.
You got to remember that fucking streamers they're kind of dumb sometimes, man. You got to really just get right in their face and say like, we need you to do this right now. Like, yeah. And again, that's something that I think that it's good feedback for them to hear because most streamers won't care if you come up to them and be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like that's something that'll get our attention to do a lot of that stuff for sure.
Right.
But I agree. I agree, Brooke, for sure. There was a lot of people that were like, I don't remember signing up for this activity, but I guess I'll do it. Like,
Yeah. It's like I wound up not being on any panels. I was only on expo hall stage stuff. And I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, I've done quite a bit of on the floor hosting stuff, so that's fine. Like that's what I've, been good at in the past, so I understand. But I was surprised that I wasn't on any panels at all, and I wasn't asked if I wanted to be on panels.
You're right. And by panels you mean like in the actual theater
Like
stuff.
going into a room and being yeah.
Yep.
I
got you.
Yeah.
Anything for you? Did you your big negative takeaway from TwitchCon if there's one?
That I haven't talked about already. I gotta say that the only other thing that every problem I had with TwitchCon was growing pains.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, it's stuff that could have been easily avoided, but there's no way you would have known to avoid it without going through it.
Sure.
Like for instance, I had a signing at 10 a.m. in the morning with a lot of other people. I was right next to Day 9, and Day 9 and me and you, actually you were there, weren't you?
And Zeke was
we had
there.
a lot of people line up early, and also we had a lot of people line up that had access before 10.
Mm-hmm.
So then what happened was when the doors opened at 10, there was an hour and a half plus line.
Yeah.
My signing was an hour.
Yeah.
So that means that I had these few people that came to TwitchCon to see me at my signing and weren't in the building before it was done.
Right.
That sucked.
Oh, that's weird.
And in fact, one of them had to go before I could see them, and they had driven like 12 hours to come to that signing. And I was really disappointed with that. But again, that's one of those things where it's like, okay, next year we bump back the first panels an hour. Like there's no way you can judge for that. They didn't know their lines were going to be an hour and a half long. That's just how it worked out. So I mean the biggest all the issues I had with TwitchCon were growing pain things that I'm 90% sure Twitch already knows about and will probably have fixed by the next con. There were nothing really, like I saw so many more improvements than I saw things to get frustrated with. Mm-hmm. And like I've said like numerous times, it was my favorite con of the year. So, and I went to all the PAXs and I still had a much better time at TwitchCon. So,
yeah.
Yep.
I think that's good. I don't know anything else that I want to touch on specifically to TwitchCon. We spent about 2 hours on it, so it's
we
good.
TwitchConned it up.
We TwitchConned it up. I just want to know if there's going to be another one, and I want to know if they're going to stay in San Diego. Because
they're not going to stay in San Diego.
You don't think so?
That's what I heard too.
I've heard a little birdie, but I'm not going to mention where they said, but like in my best guess, because I highly doubt that the place I was told is correct, it's gonna be central or like southeast coast, like Atlanta, or it's got to be somewhere with a big convention center that's easy enough access to travel,
a major hub,
and not expensive. So Atlanta or Dallas or Houston or Texas City, or even somewhere. I mean, Chicago is a little too expensive. I can't see them putting it anywhere else than the South or Central.
There's very few places I would be upset if they went, but if they went to New York, I'd actually be upset.
There's no way they're doing New York. Fuck that.
The best possible place for them to do it would be Raleigh, North Carolina, because that's about an hour for me.
They could do it at
Raleigh's got a great convention center, man. I've been there for 4 or 5 MLGs.
Pull it off at Charlotte.
Dude,
Charlotte.
Problem.
Oh yeah.
Then they would pack up all their stuff and be like, "Oh, HB2." Just kidding. And then they're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So just like every other company in America right now in North Carolina. So
yeah, that's
exactly
the other fear. Exactly. If the other fear is if it's not West Coast, like you got to think about right now. There's that fucking giant hurricane about to destroy the entire West Coast or East Coast. Like, I remember going.
Florida.
I remember going to MLG Raleigh actually when the fucking hurricane came through 3 or 4 years ago, and like we landed there on Thursday night, and they evacuated the fucking city the next morning, and like we were renting cars and stuck on the fucking highway and all that shit, and they almost canceled the entire convention, but we stuck it out eventually, and it was fine, but still like. That stuff sucks if you're putting on, like, I think UMG just canceled a fucking entire event in Florida or Orlando like 2 or 3 days ago because of the hurricane. So,
dude, it's to the point where like I got an email from Origin PC today, and they're like, "Hey, if you're expecting a computer, it's going to be at least a week late. We're shutting down shop while the hurricane passes." It's like everyone shuts down when this stuff hits, and as they should. I mean, it's a slow moving category 3 that's going to get stronger.
Did you guys know?
Very few options.
Did you guys know that in San Diego when we were there was supposed to be a major earthquake?
No, I am so tired of this. Let me fact correct this shit. Everybody, oh my God, I'm triggered. I swear, everybody.
Don't talk about earthquakes around Tucker. Fuck.
No, it's because, all right, shit. So yeah, like everybody knows the big one is supposed to come, right? Currently, on any given week, the estimated probability of the big one happening is 1 in 6,000, okay?
It's like saying that it's going to happen for 8 years.
No. That was the first earthquake warning in 34 years.
And you know how much it raised the percentage of probability by? 0.7%. It was now at 0.71% chance to happen. And everybody's like, all the shops were like, earthquake supplies. All my mom was texting me like,
no, yeah, I got a text from my mom like, are you okay? I'm like, Mom, it's a fucking earthquake. If I was dead, I wouldn't be responding to you.
Every damn article too in like the bottom paragraph was like, just in case you were wondering, this is the third such cluster in 100 years. This one was slightly more active and it raised it by less than 1%. And I was like, sure, it's not insignificant, but like, fuck this, man.
Jericho, I don't even know where you are right now, but I'm expecting your camera to start shaking.
He's in LA. He's in LA.
He's gonna be like, this hurricane, this earthquake stuff's just ridiculous.
Never gonna
Who does this? My God.
I mean, I'm in a booth, so like, I guess I'm in the safest place. It's steel walls and shit.
Yeah.
You're already in your coffin.
Safe.
You've got a fucking roll cage in your goddamn apartment. You're great. You're good to go. So,
but yeah, not a big deal.
Can I have a split second to correct something that I think I said in a way that was confusing for chat? I was specifically talking about industry panels when I said that there weren't many women on that. There were tons of panels that had plenty of awesome ladies on them. I was specifically talking about industry panels that were not streamed. They were different from just panels at large. So I'm sorry if that was confusing. Everybody was like, "What is she talking about?" There were lots of ladies on the panel.
Nah, you didn't see them.
And they were great.
They were in the industry room.
Yeah,
behind closed doors.
You just for whatever reason talking about behind closed doors, you made me think of that fucking stupid Bud Light room where they were charging.
Holy shit, the Bud Light area.
$6 cash for Bud Light.
$6 Bud Light, yeah. And the fucking like
was there like a masochism component or something?
It was so bad.
I don't know.
No, not non-copyright sounds was sponsoring it with their like just mediocre music. It was just like great mediocre beer, mediocre music.
Yeah, and that wasn't open to the public or anything. So that's just kind of like a 1% bitch. But yeah,
there was that area outside. That's the
Budweiser beer garden.
No, that was open to public. But
it was open to everybody.
Oh,
you just
okay.
had to show your ID.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then they would put that weird little wristband on you that had a tear off part that was like, "One free beer."
Well, did you? What was that noise?
Sorry.
That's her.
Is that the sound when you get a beer dodger?
No, that's my goober noise.
like
Whenever I'm mimicking somebody who's like a little bit of a goober, I make that noise. Anyways, keep going.
You know why the drinks were? You know why the vodkas were $13 at
the party?
Which party? It's because they had to confide by the MLB rules.
Mm-hmm.
So like the stadium rules.
Because we were on a baseball.
How fucked is that? I was like, I'm okay with paying for my drinks, but $13 for a sippy cup of vodka is not going to get me drunk.
Dude, Sam and I bought a Monster because they didn't have anything other than Monster as an energy drink, and we were like, we just want something to like pick ourselves up. Holy fuck, it was like $14 for 2 Monsters,
Jesus.
2 tiny Monster cans, and we were like, well, all right.
That's ridiculous. How, as someone who didn't go to the party, Co, did you go to the party? Yeah, so me and Co didn't go. Sounds like both of you did. Was it a good time? Was it good?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
you
it
were
was
probably already Brooke, was it good?
Tucker was drunk.
Tucker was drunk. Anything's a good time.
It was great. They gave us they looked like boomsticks, and I was really sad that they weren't boomsticks, but they gave us like little tubes that had lights in them that said Twitch on them. And those got left all over the place. There was one dude who was like, in the Labyrinth, that lady who like just keeps putting trash on her body to make herself feel secure. There was a dude who was walking around with a backpack that was just overflowing with those things, and he would just pick them off of like beer covered tables and shit and just add them to his collection.
Good on him.
Right now, just surrounded by 300 of those weird little boomsticks. T-Pain came out and did some pretty iffy dance moves, and that was amazing. He looked like he was having
really? Really?
T-Pain was the best actor. He was like
T-Pain was the best part of the whole night. I was like, thank God I'm here for T-Pain, because he was just like, he was being so weird, and I was super into it.
Yeah.
And then Steve Aoki like threw cakes at everybody, and we got good footage of that. Real nice headshots.
I asked, I forgot who it was. I asked if there was any streamers that got caked, because I think he threw like 10 cakes or some shit.
12 cakes.
Did anyone?
No.
Anyone?
I didn't see
had to
any.
be in the
I know some people who danced in the cake, but none of the cake reached the like streamer partner area.
Okay.
Thank God.
So yeah, thank God.
And then Daru didn't play Sandstorm.
He didn't play Sandstorm.
What the fuck?
He teased
How do you go to
twice.
fucking? I'm actually pissed off.
Do you want to know what happened? His management looked at him and he was like, Daru, you're a serious artist now. You can't play Sandstorm anymore. You've got to move past that. And that is why he didn't play. There's no way that he was like, yeah.
Yeah, in between like 2 songs, you would hear a da-da-da-da-da, and then he would swing into a completely different song, and we were like, when the fuck is he playing Sandstorm? He left, and we were like, okay, maybe an encore. He comes back out to be like, thanks guys, you're awesome, and then leaves again. We were like, fuck. So upset.
Did Aoki play it? Like, fuck,
no.
man.
All right, listen.
Oh my God, that would have been the most amazing bait and switch.
Fuck.
Aoki played Sandstorm.
Stop booking Darude. Stop booking Darude, okay, forever, because
he's like part of
the why you were here.
Yeah, no, it's like you fucking play the Sandstorm. That's why you were invited to fucking TwitchCon to play with on the stage.
Get off stage, you play Sandstorm, and then you get off stage.
Like, I'm not joking. Like, seriously, everyone in that fucking crowd knew that Drew.
Those big wooden hooks.
Yeah. Everyone knew that Drew was going to be there and knew that fucking Sandstorm was going to be played, and now I'm being told that it wasn't played. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They also, that was the first time that Twitch had charged for a party. It was $60 for general admission ticket, and it was $25 for anybody that had a partner badge, but also could get VIP upgrades. The problem was, and I was like, nobody's gonna come to it. It was packed out. It was pretty fucking busy.
Yeah. Downtown was a mess when it was going on.
Right. The problem was that, or in my opinion, the 1% problem was that once in there was so much space in the streamer like VIP area that they just started handing out bands to everyone, because by the end of the night I was trying to leave, and I was like literally taking photos every 5 feet.
Yeah, that's kind of dangerous.
And I was honestly like, what are you guys doing over here? I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to get drunk with friends, and I don't want to be taking photos.
Well, luckily it was just photos, but like that seems like people outside of our world doing something that seems perfectly normal and not understanding that like that could be potentially really fucked up for a streamer that doesn't want to meet a certain person that might be there or may not be there, etc. So that's kind of shitty to hear. That's obviously not on Twitch. That's on the fucking event staff at the. You don't think it's on? Would you blame it on Twitch?
I mean, the bands were distributed by Twitch. Oh no, actually they were not. They were distributed by the venue. So you're right. It was the venue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that'd be scary.
So fuck the Padres is what we're going with.
There you go. Fuck the Padres. Are they even in the playoffs at all?
No, they're garbage.
Good. Get fucked.
One of the worst.
No one cares about them. Oh, that they probably wouldn't have rented out the fucking stadium if they were in the playoffs. Actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Well, cool. I think TwitchCon is done then.
Oh, a partner did get attacked apparently.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know. That's what people are saying in the chat.
Yep. Well, that sucks. Some partner, like we were just saying, because they let everyone in. Apparently, a partner was quote attacked, according to chat. So
They aren't talking about Diction, are they? Because that was interesting.
what happened? What was Diction's story?
Diction got sucker punched by a homeless guy.
That's right. He did.
What?
Yeah.
Diction was at it was Diction, Alaskan Savage, Tiger Rider, and Richard Hammer. And
Someone
this
just hit him?
guy
Holy
came
shit.
up like muttering and laughing and like hit Alaskan Savage, I think, on the shoulder. Now keep in mind I wasn't here. This is all secondhand.
Hearsay.
Yeah, I
But,
heard
and then Alaskan Savage is a pretty beef dude. So he was just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. But Diction was apparently sitting down and turned away. And then the homeless guy muttered his way over behind Diction and like pulled back. And as he was coming in to hit Diction in the back of the head,
Holy
Richard Hammer was
shit.
like, no, but apparently he got him. So at that point, Alaskan Savage grabs this dude, wrestles him to the ground, and then all these Tiger Rider and Richard Hammer like pounce on him because this guy was violent.
Yeah. what
Between
the fuck?
punches, apparently this guy was like like laughing and shrugging it off on
Yes.
something clearly.
Yeah.
And by the time like all three of them had just gone to town on this guy trying to incapacitate him so he wouldn't hurt them, the dude just jumped up bleeding with teeth hanging out and ran off laughing.
There's a full-on
Diction
crack.
was fine. Like all the Twitch guys were fine, and God knows what happened to that dude. But
Like a full-on
Yeah.
crack fiend attack, man. The full experience. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but at the end of the day, that's dope. Like you fought a homeless guy for a legitimate reason.
I mean, sure, that dope is a word.
that is pretty dope.
Yeah. I guess.
All right,
Fuck,
maybe
man.
maybe I'm just living out my.
It's also very dope that no one got stabbed by a rusty knife.
Yeah.
There's also
That
that.
also
Only
is a great
fists were
difference.
involved. So
yeah,
true.
that's scary as
True.
fuck,
Silver
man.
lining.
Or better, no one got bit.
Yeah. This
Because
was
that probably would
this
have been worse.
was this in the middle of the night? Do you know?
I have no
Okay.
idea.
It was probably
Everything I just told you is literally all I know.
Yeah.
Richard Hammer told me, and it was a great. He told it a lot better than I did.
Yeah. Because at some point there's something to be said like don't fucking walk around downtown at 4 a.m. But maybe they weren't out at 4 a.m. You never know.
I mean, when you're with a group,
Yeah.
you kind of feel
I
invincible.
think they were in somewhere too. Like
Oh,
from what I
okay,
understand,
that's a little
Diction was
different.
like sitting at a bar when the homeless
Oh,
guy
what
came
the
up behind him. So I don't know. I don't know where it happened, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to. I'm curious now. I want to see the specifics of that because that's fucking
Yeah, I
shitty.
didn't know.
Yes, as Chad is saying, he could have been a were hobo. That is correct.
That's true. Those
So it's
exist.
even better that no one got bit because then they
Yeah.
would have also become a were hobo, and that's just
Yeah.
that's
That.
good.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
for sure.
Not
We got about 40 minutes left. Let's talk about a couple of games that we've been playing because I don't know if there's some news. PSVR launched today, kind of soft launch. So that's out there. People are talking about that, playing that
Yeah.
stuff a little bit. But let's do a game because Koa, I know a game that I want to talk to you about right off the bat, and Dodger and Jericho can figure out theirs. Talk to me about the 20 minutes that you played of Outlast 2.
I'll be right back.
Oh man!
Can I
Okay.
show this on stream, by the way?
Yes, you can. It's fine. It's a 20-minute Outlast 2 demo, and I have to say, I went into this demo. I debated playing it or not because I wanted to save it. I wanted to save it for live. But here's what I can safely say for anyone interested: if you are going to play Outlast 2, this demo is only 20 minutes, gives you a good flavor of the world, and I gotta say, I'm glad I played it. It was. I really like the direction they're going with this game because with the other games, it was always just like in your face crazy horror. But with this game, they've got this definite underlying religious vibe, which I don't know about you guys, but I find religious horror and like zealots and crazy religious people, that is one of the scariest things to me because that's real. Like there are real crazy religious people that come up with crazy justifications for doing horrific things. So I got to admit, you don't get any real vibe with what's going on. You get a little bit of backstory, but the demo is so crazy that you're just basically the whole time going, "What the hell is going on?" And it was good. My heart rate was significantly higher when I finished it. And oh my God, the last thing you see, I'm not going to say what it was, but there are going to be a significant number of you that are going to cringe on stream harder than you have in a long time.
All right, I'm gonna go look at it.
And I don't mean cringe like the
Link me a timestamp.
past 3 years cringe. I mean like physically cringe. Like, oh, like I can't believe I just
Is
saw
it this running sequence?
Was it with the what?
At the end of the running sequence?
Yes.
Okay.
What do they do? Like put your Facebook posts from like 2009 up there and you have to read them?
Tucker, it's
that bad.
worse.
No! I said some shit so far back.
All I'm saying, just not to spoil it too much, but specifically,
JP said it to
the
me.
males in the audience.
I just
are
saw it.
to be, yeah, right? Look at that face, JP.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Posting it? I
And,
wanna-
and I
I'll-
and
I'll
dude,
send it
I
right
was,
now.
let me just say this. You remember the old PlayStation commercials? Well, I was not ready.
what?
That's a 10-year-old ad promo I just brought up. Points for that at least. But yeah, no, it was no, like I was not. It came out of nowhere. I didn't even know the demo ended at that point. So I was just like, oh, what's this? Like, yeah, it was no.
Have
but
they
needless
said
to
if that's
say-
going to be VR, by the way?
Oh! Yeah, daddy! Yeah! Ooh, that's the good stuff.
And then the next question you ask yourself is, I didn't know that tool could be used for that.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Cloyster.
We're talking about Outlast 2 for those asking in chat. But here's the thing. There's very rarely a time when I can play a demo and then immediately be like, give me more of this.
Yeah.
That's what Outlast 2 did. That's exactly what Outlast 2 did. I'm actually sad it's not coming out before Halloween because it would have been perfect. And the thing is the Outlast devs really understand what they're making. And I can tell you this because I just got done with an 8-hour game called Syndrome, which is supposed to be kind of like a scary horror game. I think Dan's actually playing it right now. And it's an okay game, but you get done with it and you're just like, the devs clearly borrowed 90% of this game from other games.
Yep.
This is an amalgamation of other people's ideas into a single product. And a lot of games are like that. But Outlast and Outlast 2 now, there's nothing else like them. Like the ambience, the way that they deliver the scenes to you, the way that they deliver the scares, it's very unique. And the Outlast devs are definitely stand out in that regard.
You guys want to watch Tim be scared by it?
Yeah, I do want to
Yes.
watch Tim Kits. Apparently
All right,
he's funny.
Let's watch Tim be scared by it. It's right at the start. Shield your ears, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God.
That's it. Could you hear it?
Dude.
Let's replay it. Let's watch him freak out.
Such a puss.
JP, that moment is one of the first major scares in the demo. I don't know if you have mine,
Yeah.
but I definitely almost broke my table.
I love that he can't even like rip his headset off. He just does this.
No, that's when it's like I've been that type of scared before, and it's the type of scared where you don't want to move. You just want to sit there and like you just want to experience it. Let me see if I can find Coz real quick.
I like the hands. The hands are the best part.
Yeah. You just it's
Like
it's
what do
totally
I do with
adulterated.
these? What do I do? Like
Let me try to find Coz. Wait, is this it right here? Did someone already link it?
Outlast 1, by the way, was like one of the first games that ended up taking the starting those YouTubers into like the reaction scared video games.
yeah.
Like you already know it's about to make a comeback.
Yep. I'm trying to find yours, Co.
dude, I can't wait. There's still streamers out there that haven't played Outlast.
I've never
That are
played
like
it. I'm never going to.
I can't do
JP,
this.
please play Outlast.
I've watched.
I played the very beginning of that game, and it is not.
Co,
JP,
I've watched 5 full playthroughs.
$100 to finish Outlast.
That's totally not enough. I've
We
played.
need to get like a pot together, JP's chat.
I've watched 5
we need
people
to get
play
like
it before.
an amount. This has to happen, JP.
I've watched a bunch of people play it. It would be less scary because I know all the jump scares.
Okay. Okay.
I guess like which would you rather play? A game like Outlast or Slender or a game like PT? Or I guess
No, I played PT
Oh.
on stream, and that game legitimately still fucks me up to this day because, Brooke, you've been to my house. You know upstairs, right above the room, how it has that guardrail?
How it has that.
Oh, and it
hanging
looks like the
screen.
same.
If if it's in the middle of the night, I do not look up when I go to bed. I do not look up there because I know that fucking scary piece of shit is going to be there staring down at me, and the thing's going to turn into a coffin and start swaying. Like, fuck
Bro,
that shit.
I
Fuck
can't do scary games. Like, I don't want to pay. The people who pay to watch scary movies are the people that get like who like eat hot tamales and chew big red. Like, why do you put yourself in pain?
I think watching scary movies versus playing scary games is so different. If you like actively love playing scary games, like that's like the person who eats hot peppers, sure. But like sitting and watching a scary movie, you're not the person who has to drive the action, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the one that feels like the regret of opening the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is this it?
This is it.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty!
I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, you slammed it. You can hear it.
I was filled with so much emotion. I didn't know what to do with, so I just turned to the left and started banging my table. Like I was just,
That's me. That's a Duger move. Whenever I'm upset or scared, it's just
You just really went in there.
Dude, it was totally like I didn't even think about it. I was just so perturbed by what just happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty!
Beautiful.
You look so
Beautiful.
mad that happened.
furious. You look
Beautiful.
furious.
You look legit upset. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I think about 3 seconds later, I'm like, that wasn't scary. That was cool. Whatever.
You could see like that should be an emote. That should be angry right there. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You look so upset. You can see the frustration.
You're just so mad.
Like right there. Look at those fucking eyes. I'm right, dude. I'm right there with you, Joe. I can't play scary games. To me, are in all of the different types of media out there. Games are the most like visceral, fucking scariest shit because you're the one in control. So it's literally happening to you, and it's not. You're not watching a video of something happening. You're playing something that you're involved in, and that's why the idea of like VR horror.
Have you not played the Brookhaven experiment?
No, I don't know what that is.
Is that a game?
That is the VR horror game for the Vive. And go look at like all the videos of like people's like first time playing it. Girls are coming out like crying. It's because you can't. There's no out. You have to like rip it off your head and like unstrap it. It's like
That's what's terrifying.
I've
you
seen
can't
this,
like look away. It's like there.
You can't just pretend it's not happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos of this. Yeah.
So what happens when they start like, okay, we're gonna padlock your headset on now. You're gonna hear a click.
Oh,
And
I'm
it's
out.
just in your face at all times, like jump scares involved. It's like this is everything I don't want.
Yeah, that's one thing that I hope I get to see since it's like October month and a lot of streamers, I think you're one of them, are doing like scary games on their streams. I hope we get to see VR scary games.
I would watch the shit
I would watch
out of
all
somebody
day
else
if they just
doing
played
that.
all the scary games. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta say though, this is the first October in a while. Like I had a big, everyone has their own horror month. Of course, I think it was like started by Tally Dancing, the big thing now. Everyone has their own thing. Mine's Nopetober.
Right.
But unfortunately, I had like a big plan for it, and then the game devs got together and said, no, fuck that, because what happened is they decided to release like, oh, I don't know, Mafia 3, Dark Souls 3 DLC, Shadow Warrior 2, Titanfall 2. Battlefield 1, all before Halloween.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because like I had this 10-15 game deep list that I wanted to get through, but now it's been like we did some votes, talked to the people. The only things I'm really doing for October this year, like a few scary games like Syndrome, finishing Layers of Fear, that finished, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which we're going to be starting soon, and then maybe if I can fit it, the Dead Space series.
Have you not played those before?
I played them, but I've never streamed them. And I've only played through them all like once when they came out. So it's been a really long time. But it's kind of unfortunate because not a lot of big scary titles are coming out this year. Right. All the titles that are in October are games that they're trying to shoehorn in before Christmas.
I think a lot of stuff maybe potentially affected by the whole VR movement right now. A lot of stuff that's coming out is atmospheric. It's like you walk through an atmospherically scary setting, but not necessarily like horror games, more like horror experiences.
Yeah.
which doesn't necessarily translate well to streaming.
Yeah, there's definitely not like an Amnesia or an Outlast 1 that people haven't experienced, because that the past 2 or 3 years, those games and other games like them have always been out around October, and that's been kind of the game that everyone will play at least once on stream. But yeah, there's not like the de facto scary game. I guess the Outlast 2 demo will probably fill
Well,
that
and that
role.
was supposed to be out this year. So it's almost kind of interesting
Oh.
because Outlast 2 was supposed to release in October, and then they delayed it. And there was even like musings that some indie devs pushed back their scary game because of Outlast 2.
Yeah.
So they fucked up the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, everything's screwed now because
That
like
was
the
fun.
big scary game that was supposed to come out, because Outlast was like one of the biggest scary games when it came out, period. It's
Oh yeah.
still
It still
biggest
is.
What
so
about
yeah,
what
that was going to be like the king of October, and then it got pushed back. So now I mean I don't, help me out here, guys. Are there any horror games coming out this month?
Don't know.
There's a game. Wait, sorry. Give me just a sec. I have to find it. It's in the release lists that I was reading off yesterday, but there's a game that's like, it's a multiplayer 5-person game where 3 people are infected with a virus and nobody else knows. And the other 2 people are trying to escape without getting infected. And the 3 people who are infected are trying to secretly infect the other 2 people.
Oh, it's like what's that game on on Gary's mod, like terrorist or I don't know, where there's like you have to basically, there's a couple people that are like, yeah, it's the same premise, but those are fun to play. I
It's
haven't heard of
Deceit.
it. Deceit.
You wake up in an asylum. You're surrounded by 5 other people. A third of your group has been infected with a virus, but who's going to successfully escape?
It sounds like a combination of Dead by Daylight and Mafia.
What about
Yeah.
Resident Evil VR or any of Resident Evil stuff?
I don't know if that's out next week. I'll have
Trouble
to
in
check.
Paris.
Wait a second, the new Resident Evil?
Yeah, I don't think that's out next week. I know that
No.
PSVR launches next Tuesday, and that
And I
a
think
lot of
that
people.
They've
also
been
has
like
Resident-
slowly adding to the Resident Evil demo
That's
in general, right?
yeah, but you can't download it. They took it off the store, but they've been patching the Resident Evil demo.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you had it, you had it?
If you had it, you had it, and you're
like
updating it.
What is this
Little
streetwear
bit.
fucking like we'll give it to you for 5 minutes. Anybody who gets it, and then fuck you all. Like,
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Is there a new Five Nights at Freddy's? Is that
Yeah,
There
there
is.
is.
God,
There's
isn't
a
it like
new type-
There's one every week.
called like
okay?
Sister or
Yeah.
something. And the guy who makes it was like, sorry guys, it's taken me a really long time to finish it because this story that I decided to put together is really grossing me out and it's hard for me to do it. And I was like, that's
that's questionable?
yeah.
That could be a good sign,
Can
actually.
I just
Yeah.
have you guys
called-
played it?
Played
Five Nights
what?
at Freddy's sister location.
Have
is
you
the name of
played
it.
Five Nights at Freddy's before?
No,
played the
I know
first
what
one.
it is.
I played it for like 10 minutes and decided it wasn't for me.
Yeah, it's not for me either. So I'm just
It's for YouTubers.
It feels
that do that
like an
stuff.
iPad game.
I'm
Yeah.
a YouTuber. There's just I'm like, this is really what the
Yeah, but
gameplay consists
You
of.
have it's for YouTubers without class that just want views. You have class and still want views.
Yeah. Whoa, let's not pay me. Give me all your Twitch Prime subs.
There you go. There you go.
I'm the classiest.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Brooke, what about you? What's your one game since we're short on time here? You've played a bunch of
Oh,
stuff this past
uh,
week.
I was going to mention Atlas Reactor. Sam and I have been playing some Atlas Reactor. I played it this morning and played a bunch of it last night. That game is super fun. It's another like hero-based game, but it's like a hero-based game meets XCOM. So it's turn-based multiplayer. Everybody decides what they're going to do with their turn at the same time, and then there's like a phase where all of it happens.
That's
Right.
cool.
So it's really cool. There's like the movement phase, the attack phase, and you're trying to sort of guess where your enemies are going to go and what they're going to do so that you're attacking in the right direction and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I'm not great at it yet, but there are a lot of really, really cool characters in it with interesting abilities. And it's kind of nice to see somebody take, a lot of people are trying to make games that are weird hero based, right? And it's cool to see somebody do it with this sort of a game instead. I think it works really well. I'm
That
having a lot
seems-
of fun with
That's
it.
really cool.
Yeah, this game is popped up on the show. Probably one of the most talked about games on the show, only because there was a time when it was
Oh,
first announced.
Who
they-
dat?
They did. They did a bunch.
She's cutie pie.
They did a bunch of sponsored streams when it was in like first announced.
did they?
Yeah,
I did one of those.
Co was one of them. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
This was like what 6 months ago, Co, or something like that.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. Yeah. And again, it got brought up then, and then I think Zeke played it a couple months back or a couple weeks back and really liked it, and now you guys are playing it. It's out now, right? Like it's fully done. It's out of beta or something, right?
I don't know if it's out, but they were doing a
It's
lot
out.
of promotion at TwitchCon.
Okay.
Is it
It's
out?
out now, yeah. So there's a free version of the game. You can download this game for free, and just play against bots. And you can use, I think, 6 of the different heroes. And if you're interested in buying the game in full after you've played the full version, I think it's the free version. It's $30.
Okay.
I think, and then you get all of the heroes, and you can attain loot and stuff, loot box style, just like other games.
Huh.
But yeah, you can play the game and get the feel for it for free and see if you think it's worth your money.
That's always a good way to handle it for sure. Instead
Yeah.
of just buying outright. Yeah. Someone just tweeted me, by the way, the Resident Evil 7 kitchen demo will be out on PlayStation VR on the 13th of October.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
IKEA kitchen demo, Resident
Yeah.
Evil 7 kitchen demo, VR coming in with the hot content.
I have heard that is what was at like E3 and stuff like that when it was announced, and it was actually pretty terrifying. So that might be fun if you actually are one of the 5 people to get a PlayStation VR because they're
was gonna
sold out
say,
everywhere.
I asked my Sony guy and he was like, huh, no,
Dude,
we ain't got shit for you. I was like, okay.
yeah, like I really want to just put fucking Sony on blast because they do really bad content creator relationships, especially when you compare it to what fucking Microsoft just did with Gears of War, where like
Right?
every fucking streamer got an Xbox One S with fucking
They sent
Gears.
couches to people.
Yeah,
bro.
like Goldie got a fucking couch with like Gears of War embroidery on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Can I say who's done a great job at streamer partner relations?
it's fucking Andy.
Is Valve.
Oh, Valve. Oh, okay.
For HTC and the Vive.
Oh,
so
yeah,
not
yeah,
only
yeah.
do they have like a weekly mailing list where they send out codes for new games, but shit you not, JP, HTC was like, hey, we noticed you haven't been producing VR content recently. Like, what's up? What gives? You still enjoying? I was like, yeah, I just moved to a new place, don't have room. And they go, cool. We're gonna build a studio in our LAX offices for you. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I mean, anybody can use it, but like, we'll build it because we liked your content. If you want to use it, just let us know at any time. We'll have
That'd be
cameras.
awesome. Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
I know
Who's
that they've done that with a bunch of other. I think they had Captain Sparkles out for something similar. Yeah.
They have augmented reality or mixed reality stations in all their offices, but they're like, we didn't know anybody in LA would want one, so here you go. And I was like,
What?
if you want in, come on out and Dodger.
Okay.
Yeah. Just bring the
Yeah.
entire office, Brooke. That'd be good.
I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. So now I can make good VR content, but like good VR content.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know of a single content creator that got a PSVR for
Nope.
content creation for this fucking launch. I know of a ton of like old school PR companies like IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb. They all got a shit ton. Kind of Funny Games got one as well, as far as I know. I think they all got access to that stuff, but it's like I don't. In 2016, how do you not work with fucking YouTubers and streamers?
2016, lol.
Like-
What are you doing?
I don't. That stuff's infuriating to me. But that's besides the point. Atlas Reactor's pretty good.
Yeah,
Apparently.
it looks dope.
It's fine.
Who's this little dog? What's
Huh?
this thing? What's this little dog?
This little puppers.
That's
He's
an
so
actual hero.
Yeah, he's so cute. And when he attacks, his whole face like turns into a giant robot dog mouth, and he chomps people.
You don't recognize him from TwitchCon? That was a dog that they
Yeah,
were like.
there was like a
getting
huge
hashtag
statue
and
of
stuff
him on
ground.
the floor.
Oh, I guess I walked right by it. No,
He's
I
so
did not
cute. He's a
notice
little pupper.
that. Yeah. That
Yep.
thing looks pretty cool. I hear it looks
Pupper
pretty
and Fish Bro. Support Fish Bro. Those are my two mains in
like-
Atlas.
I love the current year meme so much.
cool. Yeah. I like those memes too. Jericho, talk to me about Call of Duty Remastered.
All right, boy.
Is
It's
it
not worth
good?
It's not worth $100 purchase because that's what you need to get.
Wait,
you need to
are you
buy
serious?
you need to buy Infinite Warfare's Legendary Edition, which is $100. Well, it's $80, but if you're in Canada, it's $100.
You can't buy it piecemeal?
And not only can you not buy it piece by piece, but in order to ever play it, you have to still have the Infinite Warfare disc. So if
What?
you buy it and then sell Infinite Warfare back to GameStop, you can't play COD 4 Remastered.
That's kind of fucked up.
Kind of fucked up or just really stupid. I mean,
Both.
Yes, it looks great. It
C.
feels just like it should. Like this is my favorite game and I will play the shit out of it. But god damn, what are you doing?
Yeah, like what? That is the definition of greed to me from a developer. Like, you
No,
release
it's not
something.
greed. It's the game won't sell if they don't have. Can I?
But-
I will.
but,
I'm
I
up.
mean, that's
No,
greed.
JP, let me ass blast Activision real quick.
Okay,
all right?
go ahead. All right, ass blast them.
They dropped the race as a stream. They dropped and removed support, as well as told the endowment, the Call of Duty endowment, the company, the charity, I'm sorry, that we've been working with for the last 5 years. They were not allowed to support us because we would not solely play Infinite Warfare. We, as a group, all grew up on Call of Duty 4. They're releasing Call of Duty 4. We wanted to play on Call of Duty 4 for the stream. They said no. Then I was like, can we at least play some of it? They're like, only Infinite Warfare may be streamed if we're supporting it. And I was like, well,
Wow.
fuck you. So we went from raising $451,000 in a year or in 5 days for their charity to being dropped. And then they took our branding and said, this year the race will be done by Optic Gaming at the Call of Duty championships. So I lost my shit and I was like, go fuck yourselves. You guys suck.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
honestly. Like, that's super scummy. So if there's a company that's willing to drop any support that a charity could be getting, right? Then, like, of course they're gonna not let you buy this game on its own.
What?
Like, of
Yeah,
course.
what the fuck?
Hold
So,
on, hold on. You came up with the race?
Yes.
And they took what
No,
you
I'm
came
sorry.
up
I'm
with?
myself, Myself, Ernest Lee, and Gold Glove came up
Yeah,
with
but I mean, they didn't come up with the race.
No.
But they told you can't play this game, and then took what you came up with,
our branding.
and gave it to another group.
Yes.
That's so
even
fucked
legal?
up.
Well, we didn't copyright it because, it's like a charity thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why would you?
Obviously, we should have. All right. But
That is horribly messed
Yeah,
up.
that's real fucked
you
up.
know, I'm not upset. But either way,
You should be.
You
either
shouldn't
way,
be upset. I mean, I think you're
We'll get
upset enough
back
to
to it.
blast them in front of 10,000 people, but
I did
That
it
is
before
like,
multiple times.
that kind of shit is what makes people think these are soulless bitch companies.
yeah.
That exact act is what makes people think these companies are soulless entities.
And
of scum.
yeah, and to their credit, the
Because they
endowment. Yeah, well, because they are it's the suits, right? Like the endowment, love them to death. They called me like several times after the decision was made. Like, please, like, we're so sorry. It's not our fault. Activision bankrolls them. They can't say no, right? And then on the PR side, all my guys at Activision PR were like, they told us that they okayed this with you. What the fuck? So there's, shitty shit. But back to COD
Jeez.
4, the game is dope. I love it. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Fuck Infinite Warfare, but the remastered makes me wet.
So, what?
Hey, just out of curiosity, Jericho, have you told Optic about the situation?
Oh, of course they knew. Hector, the owner of Optic, texted me like as soon as the announcement went live and was like, they told us that, they were like, obviously we don't want to be caught in the middle of this. I was like, do not do this because of this. Like, it's one thing to be like, this is shitty, but like, don't not support the charity because
That's the thing, right? Is
Good
like,
on you, man. Good on you.
No, it's not good. I mean, it's just like that's the end goal. So like,
No.
if we do something, we'll support a different charity. But
No, just saying, it would have been in your right to be like, you should push
yeah.
back, and this is not yours. Like, it's cool of you to have been like, do the charity, get
Yeah.
the kids,
Yeah.
like that's
right. Well,
that's
either
cool.
way, I thoroughly enjoyed. I just played through the entire campaign of COD 4 for the 25th time. And everything's similar. They added a little bit more. It was awesome. And it's not worth buying the entire Legendary Edition unless you're like a diehard fan. And
That's crazy. Man. You have to buy the most expensive edition to get a remaster of the entire, like, people that buy that fucking game.
It's the golden age of Call of Duty.
The people that buy that fucking game got hooked on COD because of this game. What, 10 years ago?
9 years ago.
9 years ago? Yeah. Like,
My
That's the one
YouTube-
with the Mile High Club achievement, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
It's that
shit! I
game.
spent hours getting that
Yeah,
shit.
fuck that achievement, dude.
Horrible,
Oh.
horrible, man.
I spent 4.5 hours doing that plane thing over and over and over and over to get that damn achievement.
So bad.
Yep.
But dude, I swear I can't think of another achievement that when I got it, I was just like, yeah, like, it was like a badge of honor at the
Yeah.
place that I worked at.
Yes, it was because it was legitimately hard. So like I have so much love for this game and the whole core community that I grew up with and that we all started, in my opinion, like the large gaming community on YouTube came a lot from Call of Duty is and especially Call of Duty 4. A lot of these people are coming back. Like Top Notch Multimedia, if anybody knows what that is like the largest or one of the largest channels in gaming on YouTube, period. They had like 100,000 subs when CNanners had 20,000. And, and they would upload montages and shit. They're coming back. And I'm like, I'm so excited to be back in my basement in my parents' house, like in high school, drinking energy drinks at 2 a.m, playing video games.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm stoked. It's going to be fun.
It's good stuff. Is this the PC version? What are you playing here? Xbox One version?
I'm playing PS4.
PS4 version, okay.
PS4 is the de facto Call of Duty console now. And
that's right. They shifted over all the marketing, yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, PC, like, I can load up PC right now and play whenever I want, multiplayer, mods, whatever. Like, PC Call of Duty is like Gary's mod. Like, this is not going to die.
Oh,
There's
that's
so much
okay.
for it, right?
That's true.
So, yeah.
Is this
Real
being...
quick,
Well, go ahead.
Tucker,
Yeah,
did I hear you say that they added new stuff to this?
They added like small new stuff. So for the campaign, like there were a couple what seemed like unfinished sections where there was an obstacle course in the intro where you could run through it but nothing happened. Now they have like if you go up there, somebody's like, look at this guy soap, like trying his hand at something that he shouldn't be doing, right? And then you run through it with them and you're like, if you were really paying attention, like and you're an old school fan, you're like, holy shit, they actually like took a nod from this. So Raven, the studio that remastered this, did a really good job. I was very impressed.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And there's the multiplayer of COD is available on the remaster, correct? Of COD 4?
Of course.
Okay, good.
It goes live November 4th for everybody, and
damn,
I am
that's a long time from now.
gonna stop playing Counter-Strike forever. No, I won't.
Wait,
No.
Call of Duty didn't come out till the end of November? Or
Call of
the
Duty-
very beginning of November?
The release date has always been like the first Tuesday in November. Or give or take.
Oh, so this was just kind of like a marketing push type deal?
Yeah, I got home. Dude, I drove home. I woke up at 8, hungover from TwitchCon. Was like, I better drive home now. Drove home, like really, like ordered a pizza, and then look at my DMs, and it's like, hey, got you an early remastered code from my bud at Activision. I was like, are you joking? When's it live?
I
He's
remember
like,
seeing your
"Now."
tweet.
I was like, this is not a drill. We gotta go, guys. Like,
It was like so spur of the moment, like you weren't expecting it at all.
I wasn't. I was like, I was gonna go to bed. I was tired, and I was gonna throw up too.
Those
Didn't throw
those
up.
are always the best, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. When
Can-
you're tired and need to throw up, but just gotta play a
you
game.
just gotta play some video games.
You just gotta play some goddamn video games.
Is do you guys know if the embargo is up for Gears of War 4 yet? Like, can I talk about that
No
game?
idea.
No, I know.
I know it goes live tomorrow morning at 6, but is that when reviews go live as well?
I don't know. Brennan and Bunny are saying like live now for pre Gears of War with
They're,
like.
yeah,
Rainbow Six.
they're playing Horde, I think, or Horde mode, or I mean
I would-
multiplayer.
Yeah,
Fuck.
just be careful. I mean, play any like generic stuff they have on their website because.
I just want to talk about the game and how it performs on the PC, but I don't know if I can do so.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'd put a pause on that one. I mean, I'm sure they're pretty cool about it, but is it a port or? Well, I guess I just asked about it after saying don't.
That's Gears of War 4. Like,
There we
that's
go.
my review. Yeah, I can't wait to play. I'm gonna play through that tomorrow with Aurelian. Apparently, she's like a closet Gears of War fan. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Really did not pin her as a
She like
closet kid
really
fan.
loves Gears of War. Apparently, that's what
Dear.
she grew up on the Xbox and 360. So
Speaking of Aurelian, is it true that she's streaming some Outlast right after the show?
yeah, she texted me and she's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna play the Outlast DLC." And I'm like, "Well, not watching that." Like,
You know, I want to watch
Oh,
Aaron get.
bye.
I know. I was just like, so when's this show over? I want to go watch Aurelian.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Quality shit.
This fall is in. I know everybody was lauding like 2015 as like the year of like good games and good movies and stuff. This fall for me is huge. Not I'm not even a big Gears fan. Gonna play Gears 4. Battlefield 1's outstanding. COD's outstanding. I mean, and those are just like my core 3 games that I want to play. And there's, pick a number that are getting very interesting hype that I didn't think they would on Twitch themselves. Like the Outlast demo that you've been playing.
Yeah.
Nobody I've talked to prior to like the last week has even gone like, yeah, Outlast 2 is a game. I've seen like 15 of my friends go, I'm streaming Outlast 2.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's just, it seems like there's a lot of streamable or like enjoyable games that are coming out.
Dude,
block.
Gears campaign could be streamed tomorrow. Gears of War 4 campaign could be streamed tomorrow. Friday is Mafia 3, right, Co?
And Mafia.
Well, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. is Mafia 3 for me.
Oh, you
Nice.
got the embargo.
Nice.
Wait, are you playing on PC?
PC, motherfucker.
These motherfucker. Hold on. I'm about to give me that PC code.
Now, Tucker, to be fair, they're only giving out one code, and it's to me.
Oh,
They
shit.
are not.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Bullshit.
I think a lot of people are actually getting in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know
I
if it was
have a
Friday or
PS4
Thursday.
code.
But don't if you're in the program, don't be surprised. I don't even have my code yet. They're sending the code out tomorrow at like crazy.
Yeah, I just got the request email. That's why I was like, wait, I thought it was only PS4.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm in the same boat as every other streamer in that program.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've had a lot of people ask me if I have any interest in I've never played the others, and I don't know if I want to jump
Oh, the
into like
Mafia games?
Do yourself a favor and play Mafia 1 and 2. There's no other games like them. The stories are some of the feels, some of the situations are in. There's no other games like them.
You're a big Mafia fan.
I never played Mafia before Twitch. I saw them 100 times. I passed them over 100 times. Never interested me. Not a big Mafia guy. Whatever. I don't watch a lot of Mafia movies, stuff like that. But man, these games, something special, man.
Is it?
I can tell you, I had. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to formulate. Like, is it like GTA, but
yes.
not more narrative? Like, what? How
Yes.
do you describe this? How do you describe it?
Go ahead.
I feel like I have a good grasp. I played 4 hours of Mafia 3 last week, and I got to record it and play it. And it was good. Like I never touched a Mafia game.
Straight from the beginning, or just somewhere in the story?
Straight from the beginning, all the way to to the end of Act 2, and then I got to play Act 3 and 4. I can't talk about a lot of any of that because I had like embargoes for certain stuff. But after never playing a Mafia 3 game, or a Mafia game, it was like take Grand Theft Auto 5 with like a pretty like a solid story, and then drop it into like 1960s Louisiana. The characters are great. The missions that you go on are fun. You have that open world kind of feel. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it's like GTA where you can do anything your mind wants to do, but like you can feed people to gators, no problem. Like you can just, kill them and throw them in the bayou.
That's fun.
It's
fun.
It was
I'm
really
into
good.
that.
I enjoyed it.
The big and Tucker couldn't have said it better. Just to add to that, the big things with the Mafia games is it's much more about living in the Mafia, and there's a lot of really screwed up stuff that happens in the Mafia that's just like normal to them.
Sure.
And I don't want to spoil it at all because it's certainly something you want to play through. But you follow in both cases big chunks of these dudes' lives. This isn't like a 3-month block. You're talking about like from when they join to all the screwed up stuff they do to their biggest issues to what happens after they screw up in many cases. And again, the crazy thing about it is a lot of the stuff you see in these games, you can just tell like this is shit that actually happens. This is stuff that is really real and really dark, but that's just life for these guys. So I went into the Mafia games not expecting a whole lot and came out very impressed.
Mafia 1's the one that you like had to buy off eBay and stuff, right?
Mafia 1, I had to buy it off eBay. I had to go through a lot of shit to get it going. I ended up having, funny enough, the version I bought didn't work in Windows 10. I ended up having to crack it and use all sorts of I couldn't literally. I tried everything for hours to get the legit version working, but I ended up having to crack it just to get it working in Windows 10. And even then, we had some issues and it crashed and stuff. But again, totally playable. And Mafia 1, there's a connection between Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, which is one of the more meaningful I've ever seen in a game.
So they are sequential then. Somewhat.
There is a connection.
Okay.
between the games.
Is there
And I-
anything-
and I,
is
I
there-
don't want to say too much more than that. But I played Mafia 2 a while ago, and then I played Mafia 1 and Mafia 2 back to back. And the second time I played Mafia 2 was night and day compared to the first time, because you just get so much more of it at that point.
Sure.
Interesting.
So it's if you've never played Mafia 1 and 2, definitely give it a try.
Is there a connection between 2 and 3, Tucker? Do you know?
Yeah.
Very,
Yes, there
okay,
is.
there is. Okay. Without giving anything away, yeah. Cool.
More so.
The lead character in 2 is in 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to a degree.
Gotcha. Yeah, I typically those aren't my type of games, but I might jump into it. I feel like there's so much coming out
They
that
certainly weren't for me, JP, when
Yeah.
I got into it. I'm not even a huge GTA fan. I've only really played 5 to the end. So it's like
This is
See,
one
but
of those
the
games-
the writing for me in 5 was strong enough. And maybe not the writing. The characters in 5 were strong enough to where I was interested in seeing what would happen to like the 3 of them and how that story was told. So
that's
I might
what
check out
carried
3.
me, and that's the strength of the Mafia series is the characters.
that's
You
cool.
can
That's what got me through
probably-
all the shitty driving in Mafia 1.
Dude, the driving is still garbage. It's still bad.
It's literally like driving around a piece of soap in a bathtub. Like it's that bad with a shower
no.
going.
Yeah.
Like, oh
can,
man.
You can drift like for 45 feet.
Oh,
It's
God.
real. It's real rough.
dream.
Yeah, if I play them, I'll probably just play Mafia 3. I don't think I'd bother with the other ones. Just
Yeah,
Becky
I enjoyed it. You'll know within an hour if it's a game for you, and then you can just be like, no.
And
or
that
yeah.
comes out officially on Tuesday, or does it come out officially on Friday?
Officially, it comes out on the 7th at 9 a.m. EST, I think.
Cool.
Gotcha.
There you go.
God, yeah. And then next Tuesday, PSVR drops. What else drops next Tuesday? Gears
Quick question.
drops officially.
Do they have any flagship titles with the PS4 VR?
I
Resident
don't
Evil.
know. Resident
No,
Evil's
it's-
just
I
a
think
demo.
there's a demo, if anything. I don't think it's a full.
There's not a full
Oh,
game.
you mean like a launch title?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't-
like, here's PSVR, and here are the games to play on it.
I
kind
know
of
that
thing.
there is a fuck ton of games coming out for it. I don't know if there's like a Mario or a Sonic of that nature to play on it.
I know that there are like some smaller games. It's key to remember that it's gonna be like the Vive, where like every game is like a
Yeah.
hour-long experience
So
or an
here's-
arcade game.
Here's all the game. I've heard good things about 100-foot robot golf. You're literally 100-foot robots playing golf in a city.
Okay.
I haven't heard of Ace Banana. This Batman Arkham VR was talked about at E3. They said it was all right. You kind of just like
oh yeah,
investigate
Fallout
things.
and Doom.
Yeah, kinda. Bound. that
Fallout
launched-
is not coming out on PS4. I
Oh,
heard
then
Fallout
that's
4
Vive. That's Vive. I'm sorry.
I think Fallout 4 VR is supposed to come out like next year.
No, but they do have a demo, a playable demo, and same with Doom. They had it at E3. Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Here They Lie is a game by Tangentleman, which is under the banner of Santa Monica Studios External Development Group. It's a horror game,
Make it shit.
so it might be pretty good. They've got their pool. They've got Job Simulator,
Yeah,
which you
that's
played
the
before on the
best.
Vive. Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes is there. Loading Human, I don't know what that is. Super Stardust Ultra VR, don't know what that is. PlayStation VR Worlds, what is that? High quality VR experiences. Res Infinite is definitely the game that I've heard the most about when it comes to this. Comes to the PSVR stuff. In fact, do you remember that thing that you wore, Tucker, the sub pack vest?
Yeah.
So Res Infinite at E3, they only have like 2 or 3 of these. They had a full body suit.
A
Full-
haptic suit?
Yeah, full of those sensors.
Wow.
And they hooked you up
What?
to Res Infinite, which is like a game where you fly around and shoot things and it's music based. And like everyone that got to play that said it was like one of the best fucking experiences they've
That
ever
sounds
had playing
awesome.
games.
I think that it is awesome. Like the haptic feedback vests themselves are super cool, but like I never wore I never wore like a vest where it's like on your chest as well. It's either your back or that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want it.
Rise of the Tomb Raider apparently is having some VR compatible launch called Blood Ties.
Quick note, I was incorrect. It actually opens at midnight tomorrow for Mafia 3.
There we
Oh,
go.
really? Oh. I'll check that out Friday then if I've been Gears by then. I'm just
Cool.
Until Dawn Rush of Blood. So that's a new Until Dawn thing coming out for PSVR. It is
Yeah. What is that?
is a VR horror. Oh.
It's on rails, right?
It's a VR horror arcade shooter set on a roller coaster, Ride through the world of Until Dawn. Choose your track on the terrifying roller coaster and shoot your way through a parade of enemies while ducking and dodging everything that comes
So it's
your
just
way.
a tech demo based on Until Dawn to sell it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will also throw up because it's on rail and you're sitting down.
I
Yeah,
gotta
that'd be kinda
say,
annoying.
it's funny you say that, man, because one of the things I'm really looking forward to in the Fallout 4 VR is the last Fallout 4 expansion was Nuka World. It's a theme park.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh,
restore
shit.
the power and go on all the rides.
Don't.
So one of the things I want to do when the VR comes out is actually go through the park and go on all the rides in VR. That's
Right.
Here you go.
Actually-
This sounds right up your alley. Weeping Doll is a story-driven horror adventure where dolls can come alive, animated by the negative thoughts of their child owners.
No.
Nope.
Solve difficult puzzles in eerie environments as an abused girl's doll takes revenge on her parents. And things only get
Wait, do you
scarier
play
from
with
there.
parents in the game?
I don't know. Maybe.
Good
Oh my
God.
god.
That might be fun.
Kill me. Just
That's
let me
called
die.
Weeping Doll. That might be kind of fun.
Dodger can play that one. We'll leave it.
No, thank
Oh,
you.
Eagle Flight. If you guys remember that from Ubisoft's conference at E3.
Right.
Yeah.
That's coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
They're like
I'm actually
multiplayer Eagle
curious
game.
about that one.
Oh, I didn't wait. Oh no, this comes out November 29th. Is
Star
Star
Trek
Trek
Bridge
Bridge Crew?
game?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that because Aaron's like a huge fucking Star Trek fan, so we'll play that.
Dude, me too. Me, Jesse, and TB, we're all like, crew, so jazzed.
Oh no, that your office would be amazing at that just to hang out. These are also games that are just coming in the near future. It looks like. They're all-
Gotcha. So I mean, they've got a good enough like list. It's just gonna run in the same shit as Vive when you're gonna play all the ones that interest you, and then you're gonna be like, well, that was fun. That's about it until the new games start getting published. So
Yeah.
And like we've said on Drop Frames a whole bunch, man, there still has yet to be a VR title that has been held up as like, this is what everyone needs to play. There's never been a major game. There's never been a major VR release. It all just feels tacked on or tech demo-y. Like nothing really, like with serious substance. There's so few games that have come out in that regard.
I
Yeah.
agree.
But I mean, hopefully next year. They got all the hardware out now, so now it's just up to the devs to really come up with something cool, or a AAA studio. That'd be interesting. But
This-
we'll
Yeah,
see.
there's not really any AAA content right now.
This
Yeah.
might be the worst
That's right.
named thing I've ever seen. There's a video platform called Viridio.
Yeah.
Well, that's just out. That's just the best.
Thanks for watching Drop Frames, everybody.
Yeah, we're out, guys.
Viridio.
Viridio.
We can only go
Do
down.
you
from
get it?
here,
Hey,
so.
do you get it? It's VR video. It's Viridio.
Oh my god.
Oh, I
Get
get
it?
it now. Okay.
Fucking Viridio. Jesus.
Jesus.
All right. I think we got a show next week. We'll be there. We'll actually be talking about games next week. New games. They're coming out.
Nonsense.
Hot.
Bullshit.
Dude, every Drop Frames from here on out is going to be big with all the releases this
Yeah.
month.
Let me.
Next week's Mafia 3. Week after that, Shadow Warrior 2. Then we got Drop Frames and Titanfall 2. Then we got Battlefield 1.
Yep.
Holy shit.
You got some content.
We should. Are you gonna play Titanfall 2, Co? You're into it, right?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I did a Titanfall Unlockathon for the original. I'm probably going to do the same for the second.
Nice.
Yeah. We
Anything
should.
with giant robots that are cool, I am sold. Mecha is my jam. Like, yeah, we're sold.
I have some. We'll talk after. I don't want to commit to anything in front of a bunch of people, so we'll talk after the cast. Maybe we'll do some stuff.
You heard it here first. JP and co-op streaming every day of Titanfall 2 release. At least 8 hours. And if he
Confirmed.
goes back on it, he's giving me all his subs.
There you go. Last year, or whenever Battlefield 4 came out, I did a 24-hour stream, so I might do that for Battlefield 1 again this year. We'll see.
Dude, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk because like Battlefield 1's looking fucking really good. It looks like Star Wars, but actually
We'll
content
probably wanna get
complete.
in on that.
Yeah,
It is fun.
yeah. Let's do some shout outs and get out of here. Dodger, you want to start us off?
Yeah.
You look very surprised. when I went to you.
Oh, because I have to. Where my our girls at?
Hey, yo.
Girls.
Hey. Hi guys, I'm Dodger. Thanks so much for having me on Drop Frames again. It's always super, super fun. I love being on the show. You can find me at twitch.tv/dexteritybonus. I've been streaming around 5 days a week. So I'm actually streaming quite a bit now, and it's been really fun. I'm having a great time with it. So I would love it if you would come and hang out. My Death Bonus shirt just launched. If you're interested, I'm in love with it. And 'tis the season to have a fucked up, brutal shirt. So, yeah, go check that out.
Fantastic.
And have a fucking great day.
Have a fucking great day.
Have a fucking great day.
I just noticed that XSplit, when he started dropping frames, it says dropped frames detected. And I thought that was kind of
does.
cool. It knows the
It
show.
does say that.
That's kind of cool.
That is
I
kinda cool.
envy your life where you have so few dropped frames that you've never noticed that or seen it before.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Jericho, do some shout outs.
All right, I got you. Yo, thank you guys for having me on again, by the way. If you guys are interested in anything first-person shooter related or just in general a little bit less serious, come check me out. I bought a $14,000 soundproof booth, so like you got to use your Twitch Prime subs to pay me back. Like that's pretty much how this works. Please. Please.
You gotta have a word on the street is if you have a dog at the start of your shout outs, Tucker, it'll actually get you
you're right.
sympathy.
Chris, come here.
Yeah. My boy T Martin proved that. Anyways.
Yeah, you're really fucking this up.
Go do some shout outs.
Hi guys, I'm Ko. Great show as always. A big thank you to Jericho, Dodger, and JP. It's been a lot of fun this week. My name is Ko. I am a variety streamer, classics, new games, community games, 100% and franchise playthroughs. I'd love to see you there. All my info is right there. If you're interested, you can find me at twitch.tv/CohhCarnage, same name under YouTube and Twitter. Coming up, we have Vampire the Masquerade, Mafia 3 tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., Shadow Warrior 2, Shadow Warrior 1 before it, all sorts of things. Co-art does not work, chat. It does not work. I'm sorry, but we got to draw a line
See,
somewhere.
it says the thing right there. It says
Horror. Anyway,
there you go.
But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. And wait, what was it? Have a fucking great day.
There you go.
Yeah, you said it.
Have fun,
There we
Jericho.
go.
What is playing?
That's the thing.
Oh,
Hercules.
Hercules.
my screen was moving below. I still had fucking Tucker full screen.
Look
playing.
at me, guys.
I was gonna say, there he
He
is.
was still fucking playing the call.
Look at that-
Oh,
that
this is the
sweet
best
boy.
mission.
It is. It's a fun mission.
God damn it. There's too many games out, you guys. The worst part is I started playing Overwatch last night, and I fucking hate myself for that. So,
Oh.
yeah.
That's again,
Yeah.
narcissistic.
I'm
train.
sorry.
It's just the worst. It was a rough night. That's it. We'll be back next week. Zeke will be here. I don't know who the guest will be. And we'll be talking about Mafia and some Gears of War. Are you going to play Gears of War, Co? Not sure yet?
I don't know. I'm trying to get as much of Vampire and the Dead Space series as I can in, so maybe.
Okay.
But I'll be blunt. I wasn't super impressed from what I saw at E3. So we'll see. I may
Yeah.
watch a few buddy streams and see, if it looks cool. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I'll
Gotta see what Marcus is up to, so we'll see.
yeah, it's true. He's putting his headband back on, man. You gotta be careful with Marcus. So, all right, guys, that's it. Thanks everyone for watching Drop Frames. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.